I say, hey, stay down trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down trying to run up a check. Run up a check. I stay down trying to run up a check. Plug them in, all of my connect. Tag fresh, just came from out west. I'm charged up, drip, nothing like the rest. Draped in Italian bedics of our dress. Strapped up, foot on their neck. Don't want love, just want the net. My bitch bad, and she bring bitches back. So hit bitch, spin bins while I'm in the mood. And the mix, shaking wrist by Casa suit. Hellcat, check, cuts, might cop the coupe. Play bet, try me bad, I'ma shoot. Product my environment. A real nigga, so I'm riding with. Bend and shake, come get a whiff. My money straight and it got some lift. I'm eating good and talking lots of shrimps. I took a mile once I got an inch. Been trapping hard and I got some sense. Been better plug, had benefits. Walls in it, yo, and start locking in. I took a breather, now I got my win. My team like fam, I don't got friends. My heart cold, get your top 10. Stay down, trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down, trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down, trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down, trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down, trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down, trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down, trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Stay down, trying to run up a check. Run up a check. Hey, Spiffy Lil Kenny, man.
Do it.
I say,
kick cloud, make it drop.
so trapping hard, getting rid of them loads. Gotta go get it, the life that I chose. Let a finger, fuck the cash and fuck on the hoes. Been through it all, I sold a million no's. Stack up a milli, got rich nigga goals. Stack up a milli, got rich nigga goals. I got rich nigga goals. I got rich nigga goals. So trapping hard, getting rid of them loads. Gotta go get it, the life that I chose. Let a finger, fuck the cash and fuck on the hoes. Been through it all, I sold a million no's. Stack up a milli, got rich nigga goals. Stack up a milli, got rich nigga goals. I got rich nigga goals. I got rich nigga goals. Ain't no it's that place I started was on. So million notes from the land of the old. 1 billion millionaire, got rich nigga goals. Neck and wrist froze, might do the rules gold. BBS in my 41mm, keep the pack strapped with a 9mm. My bitch bag, I do right shit, keep a letter, write me, then I flip her over and beat her. Fuck me good, her shit wetter than water. Help me count up my way up for the morning. Switch my number pack, touchdown, I'm gonna run through the lows, importer, exporter. Love when the number drop my bag increase. Up and down like stocks, hate when it decrease. Play with cash, we pop up, these niggas DC. Can't escape my past, the trap shit and me. I turned out when I seen what you make of zones. Chasing bad, trying to get it till I jumped out the porch. Sell designer, why designer down, fucking with the lows. Make movies in the club every time I light show. I turned out when I seen what you make of zones. Chasing bad, trying to get it till I jumped out the porch. Sell designer, why designer down, fucking with the lows. Make movies in the club every time I light show. Trapping hard, getting rid of them loads. Gotta go get it, the life that I chose. Let a finger, fuck the cash and fuck on the hoes. Been through it all, I sold a million no's. Stack up a milli, got rich nigga goals. Stack up a milli, got rich nigga goals. I got rich nigga goals. I got rich nigga goals. So trapping hard, getting rid of them loads. Gotta go get it, the life that I chose. Let a finger, fuck the cash and fuck on the hoes. Been through it all, I sold a million no's. Stack up a milli, got rich nigga goals. Stack up a milli, got rich nigga goals. I got rich nigga goals. I got rich nigga goals.
What it do, Herm? What it do? What it do, Herm? What it do?
Salute, man. We about to cook these bombs, man. We gonna test these people knowledge. We gonna see what some people know some basketball. We supposed to have some special guests. Hopefully they show up, man, so they can cook with us, man. But man, the 94 feet boys are back in effect, man. This is episode number 2, man.
Or
Young Africa, with Hollywood Herm, baby. Full commercial, man. We here to stay, man. We're here to stay, y'all.
Been here.
Y'all know what it is, man.
Been here.
This is easy work, y'all Africa.
Light work. And light work.
They don't understand what they witnessing, man. This is greatness.
Oh, greatness, man. We've been cooking. We go stay cooking. What?
Hey.
Full court press. Hand all up in your face, man. How we doing?
The 94 feet boys are back again, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all hit them like buttons as y'all come in, man. Show us some love on the Full Court Press episode 2 with Young Africa. Man, you see you got that ski mask on. Then you see Hollywood Herm in the building, man. Shout out to Brandon Katz with his crazy ass in the chat.
Oh, yeah,
man.
yeah. Hey, shout out to Brandon Katz. Hey, we gonna
test your knowledge today, Brandon.
We got something for you, Brandon.
You're gonna be putting the trick bag today, Brandon Katz. But man, we got a good show lined up for y'all, man. We gonna touch on the Gilbert Arenas comments, man. Also, you know, we're gonna touch on the WNBA a little bit, but then after that, we're gonna basically get into some great basketball talk. We got a new, you know, topic. We got a new show. We got a new little thing that we can display for y'all, man. It's trivia questions, man. Young Africa gonna test y'all knowledge, man. We gonna see if you guys really know the game of basketball. And I'm telling you guys gonna be put on notice. A lot of guys gonna get put on notice. So man, y'all get ready for that, man.
You might hear some of this music, and we might ask you some questions, and you most likely will get them wrong. You know, we're gonna have a shot clock. If you get it wrong, get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. So we're gonna be doing that for the people because a lot of talk, a lot of questions, but we're gonna put you to the
facts. This most likely gonna. Hey, you know, let's go ahead and touch on it, man. We're going to touch on what Gil said, man. That stirred up a lot of controversy in this YouTube streets and to this basketball world, period, man. Let's hit this clip, man, of what Gilbert Arenas said, man.
Oh, man, Gilbert Arenas, real flagrant. 1 minute caught disrespectful. We're going to see for ourselves.
We don't supposed to be losing to air up there. Come on, man. Cool Runnings. We don't supposed to lose to the Cool Runnings team. That's the last team we supposed to lose to or be close with. They had to use the shoes that we have extra leftover shoe. They use leftover shoes that the USA teams didn't want. Y'all can use these. They don't even have basketball rims, dog. We losing to people who don't even. They got baskets in the back. They shooting on beach baskets in dirt, no shoes. And they damn near almost took us. Man. Like them to feed the children, man. $5 a day. Them. That was, flies all in their face, stomach all out. Them. Feed the children. Send wheat, send water and bread. Them. That's who we almost lost to. Y'all are. Oh, man, this is getting almost lost to damn Cool Runnings down this bitch, man.
Crazy talk. Crazy talk. Look.
Look at
the drip, Herm. Look at the drip, Herm. Look how we coming up. What? We need what shoes? We need replacement. What? Oh, what? With the tag all fresh and what? Come on, man.
This even get more funnier though. You hear a response from Michael Blackson, man. A native from Africa as well, man. Michael Blackson has some things to say. We finna play the clip of Michael Blackson, man.
To my niggas, Paul Pierce and Gilbert Arenas, I didn't appreciate what you guys said about my South Sudan team. Because of that, your brothers are going to catch us straight. That's right. The USA Olympic basketball team is about to catch us straight because of what y'all niggas have said. Let's start with him, GOAT himself. That's right. LeBron James, the GOAT. Man, you almost joined the army when you got out of high school, but they didn't let you in. Because when it said salute, you did this. And they said, no, you have to salute here. You said, no, my hairline is here. My brother, Kevin Durant. My nigga, you hamburger helper head having ass nigga. You have the same hair on your head that I have on my dick and balls. You have a dick balls head. Jeru Holiday. The holiday is Juneteenth, my nigga. You're black as me. Anthony Edwards. You have $250 million. Keep your dick in your pants and stop fucking these project hoes. Anthony Davis, you giraffe-looking nigga. Your eyebrows and my dick and balls have one thing in common. They've never been separated. Derek White, you forehead, shiny head nigga. Your hair like a busted condom. You know how you fucking and a condom bust and the dick head pop out? You dickhead nigga. Last but not least, Tyrese Halliburton, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, and Steph Curry. You light-skinned niggas. You're not like us.
You're not like us, man. You're not like us, man.
Man,
you got that dark
crazy, bro. Michael Blackson, he snapped back, man. He clapped back. He clapped back, man. But overall, Africa, bro, what's your thoughts on Gilbert Arenas' comments? Do you feel offended? You being a native from Africa, bro, are you offended by what Gilbert Arenas said? And is there some truth to what Gilbert said as well?
Hey, man, look, man. I'm not offended. Not offended at all. As a brother from Africa, ancestors from Africa, speak the native tongue of Kamnagaya Faya Jetta. Not offended. But I could see the disrespect, the ignorance of Gilbert Arenas. I could see that. I could see that a lot of people can feel offended by that. But me personally, first off, a lot of brothers are in the struggle. Don't wear shoes. Got to travel long distances just to get to a place in which you can play ball. No doubt. That's a fact. That's a fact, Gil. Congratulations on stating the facts, Gil, of how brothers from South Sudan and many African countries come out the struggle. Congratulations. But this common knowledge, and we know this. And that's why their achievements become even more important. That's why their achievements are so amazing. That's why a guy like Joel Embiid, for example, if he ever got his shit together, only starting to play basketball at 17 years old and turning into one of the most dominant centers of all time is an amazing achievement from the resources and backgrounds that he came from. Now, they might have different paths, different ways to get there, but they come from the struggle. Their origins are the struggle. And a lot of people do come from those nations. And so what I would do in that situation, I'm giving props. Congratulations, South Sudan. Got it out the mud, still in the mud, and they competed with the greatest players in the world. And look at Lamar. Embiid claimed the U.S., he with us. Well, he can be with y'all. That's true. He with y'all. That's true. Yeah, he didn't want to play for his native Cameroon because they don't have an international team that would make something like Olympic level competition. But he could have chose France, and instead he chose the U.S. And what's he doing the first week, Lamar, when he says he with y'all? He said these niggas is old and they ain't really like that. Not like they was. So he ain't really with y'all. No, he ain't really with y'all. Not really. So stop that dumb shit, Lamar. He ain't really with y'all. Okay?
Yeah,
we'll trade him for Carly Jones. Yeah, you might as well trade him. Shout out to South Sudan. And so what Gilbert Arenas said, I don't take as offensive, man. If everyone knows the struggles, the day-to-day struggles of living in the motherlands, is way greater than what he talking about. Nobody's out here talking about Gilbert Arenas. Luol Deng had some things to say, and he was disappointed with what Gilbert Arenas said. But disappointed is the max. So let me say this. You know what African people do and where they come from. This is how I take it and shows a little glimpse into what it means to come from the struggle, minimal resources, and still be one of the best athletes in the world.
You must understand, these people had been completely isolated from civilization. No one had ever outlined a physical fitness program for them, and they had no athletic equipment. I started them on simple calisthenics and gradually worked them up to rudimentary game skills and finally advanced competitive theory. I was patient with them, and they were eager to learn. They seemed to enjoy themselves. It was probably due to the advanced American teaching techniques that we were able to bridge the generations of isolation and communicate so successfully with the Mulumba.
I think they're getting the hang of it. When we re-enlist, I'll teach them baseball.
Yeah, I really think we have got a hang of it. Yeah, very much so. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, Hakeem Olajuwon. Yeah, very much we got the use of this, man. And it wasn't because of their exceptional American techniques and teachings. Hell no. Athletic ability. In the first day, we out here windmilling because of the creativity, the athletic and God-given talents. Hey, and that's what I mean. When we talk about why African-American players are so great, because of their ancestry, because of their roots. Now, technique, skill, teaching has a lot to do with that. But the natural flair, the ability to rock it side to side, the ability to just have that natural expression, freedom, creativity comes from the roots of the motherland, man. And we are only a part of that when we talk about Africans and trying to be that. Now, we don't have the same resources, which shows the levels of differences when it comes to the best of the best. But if you just throw a ball out there on a planet, no teaching, no ability, and you said, go ball, the niggas that are the tallest, fastest, strongest, and historically have been, would always dominate. Okay? Which is why I ain't trying to trip on what Gilbert Arenas said, because them Nike shoes ain't tripping. Barefoot niggas out here dunking through the legs, man. Don't matter. But what we do know is that the greatest players in the world are not from America. And I think you have to come to realize this, Gilbert Arenas, and everybody, is that the American teachings are not competing with the world. The levels of skill, talent are closing. And what makes a team that is not as athletic, not as skillful, not as don't have the same size and ability? Well, teamwork, yeah, strategy, fundamentals, discipline, off-ball cutting, off-ball screens. We out here setting real picks out here. We out here playing like a team. Yeah. That's what will beat you. And so that's what we're seeing in the world, is that no one's as athletic, no one's as skilled, no one's as good as America, but they may play better team ball than America. And we're about to see that. But Herm, I'm not tripping on Gilbert Arenas. He can pull up anytime, anyway. I definitely could pull up a few clips of Luol Deng clamping that shit up, Gilbert.
But I'm gonna go this route, young Africa, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't feel bothered at all, and I'm just tired of the sensitive motherfuckers that sit up there and get in their feelings because somebody say something controversial. End of the day, he didn't say anything racist when they tried to make it like it was a race thing. It was a racist. He was just clowning, just trolling, saying some off the wall shit, which he always does. This is shit he always have done. This nigga done said already that all European, he want to get rid of all Europeans that's in the NBA. So why we surprised? End of the day, he was right. Sudan, young Africa, no offense to the motherland, to the team that's from the motherland, but they are bums. Wayne Gabriel, a cat that was necessary that everybody called a bum, that everybody was complaining about, especially from LeBron James fanboys and Laker Nation. The crazy ass Laker fans was trashing Wayne Gabriel. He was cooking Team USA. That is embarrassing. Team USA had a bad performance. We look bad. We play like that, we getting our asses kicked. That's the stance that Gilbert Arenas was coming from. He just made light of it, and he just talked this shit. And end of the day, when it come down to it, that's all Gilbert was expressing. It wasn't about Sudan. It was about Team USA and how poor of a team that we have been, how bad that we was playing. We let some damn bums almost beat us. So damn Sudan team, basically just like how Jamaica was with Cool Runners, never did anything with the bobsled, but they just put a team together all of a sudden, and now they competing in the Olympics trying to win a bobsled medal. It's the same thing with Team Sudan. It's the same damn thing. At the end of the day, it's embarrassing for Team USA to sit up there and say we go compete for a gold medal and we only beat Team Sudan by one damn point. That is embarrassing. Gilbert Arenas is right. Is he a damn fool for saying some things he said? Yes. But at the same time, he's right in hindsight. He's right about everything he said. And I don't knock it. All you sensitive buffoons mad at him for saying that, shut the hell up and turn the channel then, or don't even look at him if you feel some type of way. End of the day, he's not wrong, young Africa. Team USA, that was embarrassing for us. End of the day, Team Sudan is full of bums. I don't care what anybody say. They full of bums.
That's where you're wrong, Herm. That's where you're wrong. They not bums. They definitely not bums. What do you mean they bums? They got NBA players all up in there. They got guys like Marial Shayok that should be in the NBA. They got Carlik Jones who should be in a rotation on an NBA team.
Nah, he should be
in
the league.
Bums. They athletic. You saw that step back fade away. I played that too many times.
That was
last
luck,
week.
man. That three-point shot
from JT Thor. You know who JT Thor is.
That was a lucky ass shot. That was a lucky ass shot that he hit. You get that motherfucker 10 more times to do that, he'll go 1 for 10. He'll go 1 for 10 shooting that shit. He not making that shit no more, man. That was just once in a lifetime shot for him. He not making that type of shit no more, man. Man, look, man. At the end of the day, Luol Deng, I'm proud for what you doing, but guess what, Luol? Guess who you played for, nigga? You played for Team USA, Luol Deng, so you ain't show your country no love till now, nigga. You played for Team USA. Your ass didn't try to play for an African national team. Your ass played for Team USA. So if you want to act like you're disappointed in Gilbert, knowing damn well you know how Gilbert operates, he's just a funny guy. He's just a guy that's going to make light of every situation, and that's all he does. If you going to be mad on Luol Deng, your ass played for Team USA. You didn't claim Africa in the Olympic Games. Your ass played for Team USA, goddammit. And Team Sudan, shout out to A. Johnny, man, a.k.a. Go James Kingdom. It could be me, you, Go James Kingdom, FYF, and hell, we'll add Brandon Cass dumbass to the team, and we'll beat Team Sudan. We'll beat Team Sudan. It'll be us two, Go James Kingdom, FYF, and Brandon Cass dumbass. We could beat Sudan. So, man, that's some bullshit, man. That was embarrassing.
I'm going to be playing for Sudan. Stop that dumb shit, Herm. I'm going to be playing for Sudan, blocking your weak-ass reverse layups.
You gonna play. Hey, no, we fighting 4 feet boys, nigga. You playing with me. You playing with me. We not 4 feet boys. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny. We gonna put Brandon Cass dumb ass in the game, and we'll still win. Hey, Johnny. We still will win with Brandon Cass dumb ass enough. So at the end of the day, man, Team Sudan not ready, bro. And it's no big deal of what Gilbert Arenas said, but I want to go into a guy that is a Sudan native of Young Africa, Mr. Myron, from his little fitness channel, a guy that is very controversial. He got a little podcast. He says some racial things all the time towards African Americans, towards the black man. And I want you to play these clips for Mr. Myron, a guy from Sudan, saying racist things and letting the Caucasians say the N-word on this platform. I want you to play a few clips to let people know who this Myron cat is and how he operates, man. But they want to get on
openly out there about it and make jokes about it and make fun of it versus people that conceal it. This right here, like you thinking about, oh, bro, they use the N-word. How do you let them get away? Motherfucker, they use the N-word when they're at home by themselves. Like, it is what it is. Words only have power if you let it have power. This is something that the woke left will never understand. He's nigger 2, I'm nigger 3.
And any of y'all that want y'all makeup done, listen,
Chris, what are you, nigger 5? 4. You're 4, and then Mo's nigger 6, 7, and 8.
Wait, hold on. What? We never numbered Fresh in terms of nigger.
I'm the ultimate nigger.
He's the ultimate. You gonna find a boss nigger?
We literally, we number each other, guys. So yes, yeah. I don't know what number Fresh is, to be honest.
I'm the ultimate nigga, man.
He's not even
000.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, he is the original.
Double nigger.
OG nigger. All right.
So yeah, follow me on Instagram. I do makeup for your side chick, your main chick, and all the other chicks.
Herm, what you say, Herm? What you say?
See, Myron, he's a guy, Fresher Fitness, man. That's a podcast that got over 1 million. 1.5 subscribers to his platform. Very controversial. Kevin Samuels actually was a guy. I'm gonna give you just a backstory of a little history. Kevin Samuels actually endorsed this young brother at one point. That guy from Sudan, which is Myron, and I forgot his other partner name. But Myron is the one that really just naive and say a lot of dumb stuff. Kevin Samuels actually showed love to the brother. That's how he really started getting notoriety. And he flipped the script on Kevin Samuels. He's a guy from Africa, from Sudan, basically, that hates black men, that hates black people in general. And he shows a lot of hate. He's a disgrace. And he give Africans like yourself, Young Africa, a bad name for how he degrades black people, how he always feel like we play the victim role. And he basically disrespected black people, saying we didn't deserve reparations. And when he basically was in that debate, he got destroyed. But for him to let to let Caucasian descent come on this platform, say the N-word like it's not anything, whether it's a man or a woman. He let a white man and a white woman come on this platform consistently to say the N-word. Say nigga, say nigger, whatever they want to tag on it, they said it. It's really a damn shame that they was ready to cancel Gil. Rob Parker and those guys were ready to cancel Gilbert Arenas. But they ain't said nothing about Myron for Fresher Fitness. A guy from Sudan, a guy that is an African, to sub there to attack the black race, to attack our race in African Americans every damn chance he gets. So the hypocrisy in it. If we go attack Gil, we got to attack everybody that has a platform, everybody that has any type of influence when they say derogatory things towards people. And Gil's shit is nowhere near the shit that we just heard. Gil has nothing on what we just heard. And you got a dumbass like Brandon Katz to say contradicted. So Gil ain't nowhere near said the derogatory things Myron for Fresher Fitness say. I'm really disappointed in Brandon Katz with his dumbass sentiment. Talk about something, I'm being a contradiction. How am I contradicting? And Gilbert Arenas didn't say the Sudan niggers or the Sudan niggas, or he just basically making jokes about most people's perception when it comes to Africa. So, like, unfortunately, we do, for the majority, people do have their perceptions of Africa. They think Africa is poor. They think Africans are most part look like the kids that we see for Feed the Hungry and all. That's unfortunate, the perception that people have built of Africa and Africans in general. So he was clowning around. Was it insensitive? Yes, but it wasn't like on the level of Myron from Fresher Fitness. So I just don't understand why people want to attack Gil and people want Gil to suffer some consequences, but this guy Myron from Fresh and Fit hasn't got anything done to him. So my thing, Young Africa, how do you feel about this, brother? Myron for Fresh and Fit, bro. And do you think Gil's comments compared to what he has done on his platform many a times?
It's hard to compare, but what he was saying was directly more you could say impactful when it comes to society, saying that words don't have much meaning outside of what you give it. Words do have meaning. Words have created wars, man. Words have a lot of impact. But when it comes to what Gilbert Arenas said, let me say this. In the comparison, there are errors on both sides that we just saw. But when it comes to Gilbert Arenas, his one was in jest, in comedy. And even though it was stereotypical and everything based was on racism and the foundations of racism, right? I see when a black person says it, it's different to when a white person says it. I feel that. When a black person makes jokes about Africans, it's different from when Brandon Katz makes a jokes about Africans. Straight up. There's a big difference. And Gilbert Arenas being black, the funny thing is, if Gilbert Arenas walked through the streets of South Sudan and didn't say nothing, he would blend in, bro. You would look like that. Outside of your money, paycheck, and then Gucci or Gilbert Arenas too. They got an Adidas. Nigga, if you was wearing sandals, you look African too. That's the crazy part. And that's why I find it funny. But that's why I also don't take it too serious from a guy like Gilbert Arenas, because he's like that. And even if they're a few shades darker, they're still Africans and Sudanese people that look like you, Gilbert Arenas. And so I don't take it like that. And when Myron talking about nigga and this and that, and the words don't have that much context, no matter what you put on it, unless you feel offended or unless you give it power, I disagree with that too. And then letting white people on the show like this Herm, dude, this Herm.
Black women.
Yeah, kind of is. Yeah.
White women don't have multiple baby daddies.
Just to say that.
Everyone is going to be light skinned in the future. The BBC is snatching up all the big booty white girls.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Sorry, Nick. Sorry, Nick.
Not if I can help it.
Yeah. Stop it. Shouts to Eminem for hosting Nick on my B-Day. Nick, would you say that you have a lot of support from a Black/Hispanic audience? And if so, how come? Unfortunately, missed out on the rally tickets to see for myself.
Yeah, blacks love me because I'm honest.
Blacks love me.
Yeah.
You keep saying blacks.
I love them too.
Right? Blacks.
I love them.
No, we don't believe you, bro.
How should you refer to y'all? How should you refer to blacks then? How should you refer to
You don't want to hear my second choice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
He's funny. You should actually do stand-up sometime. Maybe it would have actually been off.
Maybe.
I think she's joking.
Okay.
No.
I hope so.
Do it, Nick. Do it.
No, I can't.
I'm putting in
That would be impolite.
Do it, Nick, so you can get banned.
Hey, man, long story short, the white boy says nigga, Herm. Damn. Herm. The white boy eventually says nigga, long story short. We ain't got to watch all that. Big booty bitches talking all that shit. Look, it can be hypocritical for many people on many levels to make statements about collective societies, man. Societies, people. Now, what Gilbert Arenas says, Gilbert pulls up. I'm going to show him all the kicks we got. I'm going to show him how me, as a brother out here, no open-toe sandals, Gil. Hey, her. I should have clipped this. But you see Gilbert Arenas on his own podcast, Gil's Arena in Vegas, at the Summer League, on his podcast with some open-toe sandals. Hey, hold up. I should have zoomed in on that shit. I should have clipped it. Ain't no grown man, Herm, ever should be wearing open-toe sandals in public, nigga. What are you doing? What you talking about? All that money, and you out here with sandals, and they claim, if you ain't been listening to Herm on Gil's Arena, that Gil goes to the club with sandals. Now I'm asking you, Herm, you ever been to the club in sandals, Herm?
Not open toe sandals, but I
not open toe, closed toe sandals. What kind of sandals you wearing, Herm? That's another question.
No, I got my socks on.
You got your socks on.
Yeah, you know, I came in with, you know, I had some Crocs on before, stuff like that, man. You know, sometimes you don't need to get real fresh for the club, man. Who cares about it, man? I come in there with some flip flops on that. The open toe sandals, that's different. That's on a whole nother level. Open toe sandals, man.
No.
I ain't ran no damn open toe sandals. Hey, Johnny wants to know, young Africa, what nation you from?
Hey, I'm from Ethiopia, man. I'm from the people of Oromia, man, of Ethiopia, man. We say "Akam nagaya faya jerta" is our local greeting, man, to say hello, man. But you know, I'm from the people of Ethiopia, East Africa. You know, ancestors come from the lands and the people of the pyramids, man. The people of we built that ancestrally, but I'm from a great land of great people. And I feel like many brothers in the NBA have roots in this land. No matter what you identify with, it is what it is. But I want to come back to this because you're trying to slide out of that, Herm. So you can relate to how Gilbert Arenas be moving because he talking about niggas in barefoot, but he got hundreds of millions and out here in open-toe sandals in the club. You can relate. There's some times where you might have to have some sandals on in the club, right? Okay, shit.
You might not feel like dressing up that day. You might not want to wear tennis shoes for that day or whatever. So you may slip on some sandals to be more comfortable. That's why I do it, and I'm pretty sure that's why Gil does it as well, to be comfortable. You don't have to always go to a club to be fresh. Sometimes you can go in there with some sandals on and be in the background chilling, because for the most part, a person of his stature sitting on their ass in that club anyway. They're not doing too much walking and moving. They sitting in their little spot, their little corner, whatever section they done got, and they chilling. So you really don't have to pay attention to what shoes he got on or not, because his ass is sitting down anyway. So I don't blame him. If it was up to me, I'd do that every goddamn time I go somewhere. I do that every time I go somewhere to put on some damn sandals. So I don't not give now the open toe sandals. That's different. Like the sandals Jay-Z had on now. I wear some now. I ain't gonna wear no shit like that now. But just some Nike slides or some Jordan slides or something like that. Yeah, I put them on if that's what I feel like at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But so I don't not give for that. Now, what type of open toe shoes Gil did he have on? Some Adidas on slides, or did he just have on like the two big straps type of open toe sandals.
Yeah. With the straps looking real budget, like looking like a nigga that did not make $100 million is what that looked like. It looked horrible, man. And I'm surprised, man. I would never be caught open toe out here in the streets, man. No way will I be caught like that. Ain't no way to be caught like that. And so that's just me, though. I don't think any girl, man, unless it's a ridiculous type of weather outside and it's too hot, I don't think any grown man should be caught wearing open toe sandals in the club, man. That's some wild shit, man. But hey, I don't know. Maybe Gil go to the clubs where you gotta get into the pool while you out there on the penthouse suite. I don't know. But on the podcast, Gil, with that, and you know what athletes' feet look like, right, Herm? That shit look fucked up, Herm. Them type of feet you shouldn't even be trying to show the world, Herm. We don't want to see that shit. We don't want to see that. So, anyways,
Gilbert, it sounds like you got some smoke for Gil, man.
Gilbert need to pull up.
Like you got smoke for Gil.
Bro, the funny thing, Herm, is low-key he moving like an African, anyways, Herm. That's how he moving. Moving like an African. That's the crazy part. Hey, Gil, you're moving like an African out here wearing sweatsuits everywhere and sandals and shit. Come on, man. Added that sweatsuit with the open toe sandals. Come on, Herm. Hey, come on, man. Hey, you moving like an African uncle out here, Gil. But I'm gonna leave that alone.
Shit!
I'm gonna leave that alone. Right?
So he dresses like he run a warehouse or something in Africa.
Yeah, facts. Working double overtime on that shit, man. Come on, man. You just need to let them feet breathe, Herm, just for a couple minutes and shit. Come on, man.
Hey, Mr. 610. One thing about it, you can talk about the ski mask, but that nigga with the ski mask on will cook you. We'll destroy you. Ain't it basketball debate?
Okay. Facts, man.
Ain't it basketball debate?
Hey, man. Facts, Herb.
And better yet, your Africa. Better yet, your Africa, since they want to be disrespectful. I think we need to drop the link. I think we need to start your trivia. The debut of your trivia, man. We're going to test these guys' basketball knowledge, man.
We can do that. That's light work, man. Let me just drop the link. Anybody that want to pull up, I really want to cook Brandon Keth real quick, but anybody that want to pull up, and yes, Renegade, yes, we got open toe sandals out here in public, Renegade. It's wild, man. Gilbert Arenas out here moving like an African African uncle, man. And so I'm surprised. But hey, anybody in the chat, we got some basketball trivia, right? NBA history, NBA stats, NBA facts, and we out here wanted to see if the people that talk the most, Herm, really know the most, Herm. We want to see that.
Yeah, and I think Brandon Katz will officially get exposed in the worst way that he's ever been exposed tonight. Once he get on and had to answer this basketball trivia, because I think Brandon Katz don't stand a damn chance to answer any of these questions right. And if he doesn't come on the panel, that just exposes him even more. I would respect you more. You come on this panel and take up the challenge of this trivia that Young Africa is going to test your guys' basketball knowledge. Because at the end of the day, anybody can talk the good talk. Anybody can create narratives. Anybody could come up with anything to say. But when it comes to your knowledge of the game, knowing the history of the game, can your ass talk about it? Can your ass actually teach us, give us knowledge of something that we may have misunderstood and overlooked? A lot of people can't, Africa. A lot of people don't have it in them, bro.
Facts, man. And just in case you don't know, you're watching the Full Court Press, man. We're trying to do this, man. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe if you're new, man.
Look at Brandon Katz. Already using the excuse.
We got that trivia music. We're trying to make it ready. We're trying to get a warm for these brothers, huh? Where they at, though? Where they at? Oh, he got an excuse? What's Brandon's excuse, man?
He said trivia don't mean shit. I have some stuff to do. I may come up later. You bum, you just don't know shit about basketball. All your bum ass do is say, dumb take Africa, dumb take Herm, dumb take Lamont. Lamont, that's a dumb take. Go James Kingdom. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. Scottie Pippen was a bum in 1995. He couldn't do it the last three-peat. You do all that type of shit, but when it comes to somebody want to see if you know some shit about basketball, your bum ass finally got something to do. You capping, man. You Captain Brandon Cash. Your ass ain't got shit to do. Sit up there talk about somebody creating a bad take. That's all it is. Hey, facts go James Kingdom facts. Cause he was mad as hell at you last night. Brandon Cash was mad at you last night when it came to Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. And Brandon Cash, you'll never cook me. You'll never cook me. Cause you don't know shit about basketball. And then in that Kobe Duncan debate, you said nothing but lies in the debate. You lied about Tim Duncan. You lied about Tim Duncan numerous of times. You said he won a Defensive Player of the Year. Tim Duncan never won a Defensive Player of the Year. But that's what you said. And you say you beat me and you lied about Tim Duncan winning Defensive Player of the Year. Look, Brandon Cass, man, that's our point of the trivia. So you can actually show your knowledge of the game. But look, that's why we do it too, because when we did our Duncan Kobe debate, Brandon Cass, you said Tim Duncan won the Defensive Player of the Year. You want to know why you said that? Because you don't know shit about basketball. You don't know the game. And Black, you just want to co-sign with Brandon because I always cook you. I always put you in your place. I always embarrass you, Black. But Young Africa, I think they scared, man.
I think they real scared, man. Let me just play the trivia music one more time, because if you in the chat and you want to get tested with this full court press trivia, where we're going to press you for your knowledge, for what you know about the game and the NBA history, hit the link, man. I'm going to drop it for you one more time. Come on, man. What up, man? Hey, Brandon, stop making excuses, man. So,
yeah, go James Kendall. He does it. He has Tim Duncan over Kobe Bryant. He does, which is nothing wrong with that, because those are two all-time greats, and they really in the same tier in a sense. So, only thing that will give the edge to Tim Duncan, he actually the best player to play his position. So that gives him the edge over Kobe just out that run. But if you want to talk about say Kobe better than Tim Duncan, you got some good talking points because he's 5-2 against Tim Duncan in playoffs. So you could come with that. But Black, it's not about debating, but when you've been in the chat, I just crush you whenever you say some crazy shit. And I send you on about your way.
Herm. We do have Go James in the building.
Oh, that's our brother right there. He gonna tell the truth. What's happening, Go James Keenan? What's up, my brother?
Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace, Young Africa. Peace, Herm. What's good, fellas? I'm ready to test my knowledge. What y'all got for me? I'm ready to test my basketball knowledge.
Look at it. Our boy is not even scared of the smoking. I know he
like
knows
that. I like that. And that's what I respect about Go James, right? First off, before you even get to the questions, see, there's a certain amount of level of respect you give brothers when they step up and they want to test their knowledge, because it ain't about what you know, it's also about what you could learn, chat. And you out here swerving. A lot of chat warriors out there active in the chat, but do not want to hit the link, man. A lot of excuses. We got time to type excuses. We ain't got time for answers. Look, shout out to you, Go James. Shout out to you, my friend. Okay.
Appreciate that. What's good? Hey, first off, Brandon Katz, you a coward. You need to come up here. You always in the chat line. You need to just come up here and let Herman and Young Africa put you on the spot. Why are you scared? You want to do is talk Michael. He don't talk nothing else.
Michael Jordan.
He a fool.
Thanks, man. These ain't real fans.
And he did Scottie Pippen every chance he get.
They're not real fans of the game, is what we truly seeing out here, man. They just really fans and fanboys of one man and one man only that stopped playing ball decades ago, man. But it is what it is. Look, what we're going to do, we're going to play the music, and we're going to ask you a few questions. They're going to start off, we're going to give you a few layups, right? Layup line. We get warm. We just, layup line. Yeah. jump off the right foot, Herm, and then you probably got sandals on, so you ain't even gonna get in this layup line, Herm. But hey, look, hey, we're gonna get through.
Hey, you can't make fun of sandals. I got on Crocs.
Yeah. Hey, Crocs is all right.
man. It's just
Crocs
all about
ain't
being
open-toed,
comfortable nowadays. We just want to be
Crocs ain't
comfortable,
open toes. Hey, Herm got them open toe joints up that just be looking crazy out there.
With socks on. With socks on.
With socks on. Where that should be like, yeah, that should be falling up your socks, making you look weird, man. Hey, look, we're gonna leave that alone, though, Herm. We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna just get to the questions. Look, I'm gonna throw you your lobs. Gonna be a little easy ones, and then we're gonna get to the more difficult ones, okay? But I'm gonna start off like this, okay? Go, James. Name the player with the highest career points per game.
Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan.
There is one answer, Go, James. So you will have to answer one.
30.1 points per game is the highest point per game average. Two players have that in NBA history.
Damn, that Will do average 30.1 though.
He do. I know the Zesty Jeffries don't like to hear that, but his average is 30.1. That's tied with Michael Jordan. But since you want to give them a bone, we'll say Michael Jordan.
Oh no, that's fine. You are correct. That's fine. Okay. We're going to the next one. Okay. This might be a little fun fact, but hold up. Name the tallest player in NBA history. You want me to give you the options? I'll give you the options too. Okay.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm gonna go with George Murison.
Hey, we got a brother that knows the game, Herm. That's what I like to see.
Oh yeah, go James old school, man. He knows some shit.
Yeah. These are the layup line questions. We're just gonna give you another one. Name the shortest player in NBA history. Go, James.
Ooh, it has to be Muggsy Bogues.
Hey, you're cooking right now. Okay.
Yeah, I got a left hand too. Unlike Michael Jordan.
You got a left hand. Okay.
Oh, shots fired, huh?
Okay. And this is for educational purposes too, for people that don't know. But we're gonna keep going. What player holds the record for most games played in the finals?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
I'm gonna have to go with Bill Russell.
And that is a good pick. It is Bill Russell, who has the most games played in the NBA Finals. Obviously, won 11 rings. I'm gonna go to the next one. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna ask you.
Put the burner on. Put the burners on.
Which of these coaches, go James, does not have a Coach of the Year award? Okay. Which one? Okay. Greg Popovich, Pat Riley, Don Nelson, or Hubie Brown?
Oh, that's a good one too.
Which of them coaches don't have a Coach of the Year award? Go, James.
You know what? As great as he is, I'm gonna go with Pat Riley. This one got me. Is it Pat Riley?
It is not Pat Riley.
Oh,
it is Hubie Brown. Thank you for your time.
You got me. Hey, quick question, Young Africa. When was Hubie Brown a coach? Because listen, man, I love Hubie Brown as a commentator. Every time I hear him commentating, I love the game. But he's been commentating for like 40 years. When was Hubie Brown a coach?
He coached the Grizzlies. Yep. He coached us. He was
a coach. He was a college coach in the beginning. Then he was a coach in the 70s. In the 70s and 80s, he was a coach. I think he came back in the early Grizzlies was the 2000s as well. I think he started coaching in the 70s. He coached guys like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Wow.
From what I understand, in the 70s, he went into the 80s. He coached multiple teams. Never won a Coach of the Year award though.
Wow. I knew he coached, but I just didn't know when he coached. I guess because he's been for a while.
He coached between 1972 and 2004. He coached the Milwaukee Bucks, the Atlanta Hawks, the New York Knicks, and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Wow. Okay. Is he a Hall of Fame coach?
Is he a Hall of Famer?
I believe so. I can ask ChatGTP right quick.
It does say that he was in the class of 2005 NBA Hall of Fame.
Okay, so that's good. Okay, all right, yeah, you got me. You got me with that one. I was gonna pick between him and Pat Riley, but I went with Pat Riley for some reason. I don't think Pat.
Okay. Yep, Pat Riley. Hey, you hit him off though. Thank you for playing. full court trivia. Hey, look, I like your style, Go James. Let me just ask you, man.
He got knowledge of the game, though.
Oh, no doubt. You're very knowledgeable, brother. So let me just ask you, like, when it comes to the game of basketball around the world, right? Because me and Herm, unless somebody else want to pull up and go toe-to-toe with Go James, because he only had one wrong, and we usually go till you get it wrong, and it was going to get harder. But if you want to test it, you can go 2v2. But look, I want to ask you this. Outside of that, if you want to hit the link, go ahead and do that. But Go James, what do you think about the composition of the world when it comes to talent, skill level, and where that is in comparison to Team USA and USA basketball as a whole? The style, the skill set, the level of play. Do you think that the world has officially caught up and there's not a lot of distance, or do you still see the separation that many people talk about?
There's still a separation. I mean, to be honest with you, out of all the all-stars in the NBA, like only like 4 or 5 in the world now, like six of them were from like international players, right? So the USA still owns that when it comes to individual basketball. Like if we're talking about individual basketball player, but as team wise, they're right there. You know what I mean? As far as national teams go, they're just as good as the U.S. teams because, again, the game of basketball is a team sport. It's not an individual sport. So you can't just throw a bunch of dudes together, which is what we talked about yesterday on Friday Night Exposure. You got to have a team. And as of right now, yeah, a lot of these international teams have teams. They have players that can play multiple positions. I mean, I saw a graph the other day where Angola's team in 92 had nobody taller than 6'6". Like everybody was like 6'5", 6'2", 6'3". So now you have teams that are full complement players and they have different dynamics and what the players can do. So yeah, the international team wise, they have definitely caught up to America, as we can see. We have to play ball to beat these guys. It's not just showing up anymore. And it's been like that for almost two decades, man. It's been like that since the early 2000s. So I say, as far as team wise, yes, they have caught up. But as far as individual wise, as far as individual players, now by far America still has the best talent by far. At least 80%. I would say one out of every 5 players you would say is international that you would say is good players.
Okay.
Hey, young Africa, man, I hate to do this to you, though. I was quiet, and I was hoping nobody caught on to it, but they did. So I need you to hit the buzzer for yourself right quick.
Oh, shit. Oh.
I need you to hit the buzzer for yourself right quick. Hubert Brown, because I remember this because I'm a Grizzlies fan. Hubert Brown did win Coach of the Year in 2004 because we did win 50. We did win 50 games. And he also won Coach of the Year in 1978. So he's a 2-time Coach of the Year.
Ooh, young Africa.
So you made history on the first day of your trivia, man.
My apologies.
You got to hit the buzzer on yourself, man.
Oh, you're right. Hey, first off, I like that the chat is listening. That's what I do. Like, first off, what I did do, right, is I read the question wrong. The question actually was, which of these coaches doesn't have 3 Coach of the Year awards? My bad, right? I didn't add the 3. So
I would have wrong. I would have got that wrong anyway. So yeah,
would have got it wrong. But they all won Coach of the Year. They all won Coach of the Year. So since that is the case, we're gonna get back to it. I'm gonna ask you another question, man. And I'm glad the chat is listening. We got attentive listeners out here, okay? We got that. So I'm appreciative of that. Let me just ask you a few more questions, see what it is, okay? Hold up. Okay. What team has the most playoff appearances? Team.
Now, this counts teams no matter if they moved?
Yep, you can take the whole, for example, Minneapolis Lakers and the LA Lakers team. Franchise, essentially. Most playoff appearances.
Yeah, it would have to be the Los Angeles Lakers then. If that's the case, it has to be them.
Yeah. Why do you think that, Go, Jay?
Because they've been around since the beginning. And they were like the first dynasty. When we talk about the Minneapolis Lakers, they were really the first dynasty, right? So
yeah, with George, Mike, and them boys.
Yeah, and then they made playoffs too. I'm thinking about every decade besides the 90s, the Lakers had and the 2010.
Shit, they even made the finals in the 90s.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about as far as making the playoffs. If you really think about it, throughout the 60s, they made the playoffs. Throughout the 70s, they made the playoff majority. Throughout the 80s, we know they did. The 90s was a little bit like maybe like 4 years they made the playoffs. 5 years, maybe no, like 6 years maybe. Yeah, I would say the Lakers. I think the Lakers have made the playoffs almost every year. In 70 years, I would say at least 60 times they were in the playoffs.
Okay. I like that because that is correct. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
That is correct. So well done. Well done, Go James. The first participant in Full Court Press. And you can find Go James Kingdom on FYF Sports and on his own channel Friday night, exposing dudes out here, especially the hateful Jordan fans, guys like Herm out here getting big.
Africa, man.
No. Remember, Young Africa, the hating Jordan fans are Zesty Jeffries. We have to separate Jordan Jeffries from Zesty Jeffries.
Hey, but Young Africa, I need you to hit the buzzer again on you and Go James King.
What you mean?
The team that got the most playoff appearances is the Boston Celtics.
You serious?
Yeah.
I mean, how many playoff appearances is? Hey, what kind of quiz I got going on here, man? I need to fact check these.
First of all, I think Herm's trying to use Jet TGP. That's a cheat. You can't.
No. Yeah. So, how many playoff appearances does the Boston Celtics have? Okay, Herm. Herm claiming we got it wrong. We got to hit it on Herm.
We got it wrong. I mean, it has to be one of the two teams, but I mean, Boston.
It doesn't have to be the Celtics or the Lakers.
The
But
Celtics got 61 playoff appearances, but I finna look up the Lakers playoff appearances.
But when I said 60 for the Lakers, right? I said they got to have at least 60.
So, Herm, I got the numbers here, right? So stop capping. And it's not just appearances like made the playoffs. We're talking about games in the playoffs, right? How many times? Because all them Bill Russell years where they was winning, Go James, that shit was 3-game series, best out of 3, 2-0, we out of here type shit, okay? So we're not even looking at it.
You're talking about like
You right. The
playoff games, I can see right here on statmuse.com, the Lakers have 782 playoff games as a franchise, and the Celtics have 738. Hey,
you right in the concept of that. You right. My bad. Hit the buzz on me, Africa.
Yeah, fact.
The buzz on me.
Man, okay. That's okay though. Shout out to Go James. He did the mathematics. I like the explanation. Gonna keep it going until we find something more hard. Now, this is a interesting question, I would say. Okay. Out of these 4 options that I'm about to say, who is the youngest player of the 2021-2022 draft, right? Out of these 4 players, Josh Primo, Alex Pojevsky, Sekou Doumbouya, and Josh Giddey. Who is the youngest player of them 4 drafted in 2022?
Now, you just threw 3 names at me I don't even know. And I want to know how did you even pronounce that third name? Say it again.
That's Sekou Doumbouya. Okay. Yeah, straight out of Cameroon.
And then you said Josh Giddey, and that's the last one. I'm gonna go with Josh Giddey because I know he like underage women. So let's start there.
Oh. Hey, first, hey, we're gonna slide past that one. It was not Josh Giddey, it was Josh Primo. But I'm gonna ask you one more question because this is gonna slide us into the next topic that Herm wanted to talk about. And go, James, feel free to feel like to slide through and stay. And this is one more question for you, Go James. And if you don't know, I'm gonna ask Herm too. How many teams are currently in the WNBA?
Ooh, I know Herm knows this because Herm been hanging out with Mario. She knows WNBA. So,
being Memphis, chilling with Mario, but we know how Herm get that.
So Herm, you want me to answer it? I might get it wrong. I'm gonna say 16.
Hey, man, nigga, you crazy as hell. I don't chill with Mario, man.
No, you know what I mean? As far as you do content. Yeah, y'all do content together.
You do content together, Africa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, we don't chill together. We all from different states, bro.
Do that. Can't do that.
Not hang out with her like that. You know what I mean?
But it's 12 teams in the WNBA.
It's 12? Okay. I'm about, and you know it only costs like $200,000 to own a WNBA team.
Damn. Okay, so that's in your price range. What you trying to say, Go James?
That's why we all need to put some money together, man. Let's chip in and just buy a WNBA team, man.
Hey, man, facts, man, facts. And hold up. Facts, man. And
But so it's 12. So it's 12 teams in the WNBA.
there is 12 teams in the WNBA. Herm is correct on that. And
Yeah,
so,
I told you he was with Mario.
and the first trivia, full court press trivia. That's a buzzer to all you haters and cat warriors. Low IQ fans out there. Hit the lick. At least hit the like button if you got enough IQ. I'm not sure. But look, I'm going to say this. That was a smooth transition into what Herm wanted to speak on, and that is what happened when the WNBA All-Star Weekend occurred and Team USA versus the All-Star, filled with young talent like Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, DeWanna Bonner, Alicia Gray, Hamby, Brianna Jones.
They got smoked.
And what happened, Herm? What
They got
happened?
smoked. They got smoked. At the end of the day, it just shows how the WNBA has dropped the ball once again. End of the day, bro, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark should be on the Olympic team. This was an opportunity that you could make this league global and get it to a place that eventually you won't need the NBA to support you. You won't need the NBA to basically take care of you. Because that's what the NBA has done. They've been taking care of the WNBA, making sure they get TV deals, making sure that they get higher salaries, making sure they basically taking care of everything. The WNBA commissioner is really probably one of the worst commissioners of sports. It really showed that they had hatred towards this rookie class, especially towards Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, because they have brought a certain attention to the WNBA, which hasn't occurred for a while. Was the league trending in the right direction? Yes, but it wasn't trending the way it was trending until Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese came into the fold. And for them not to embrace those two and take advantage of the league growing by elevating and running with those two, like the NBA was smart enough to basically run with Magic and Larry Bird, because they could essentially do the same thing with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. They play their damn cards right. They dropped the ball because now you go put your league in a standstill. Think about all the stars, Go James Kingdom and Africa, that the WNBA has had. And they failed to push them and failed to get the league to global status in which it needs to be. Hell, the WNBA players get more money and get more love in Russia than they do in the WNBA. And that's a damn shame. So you mean to tell me that I could only way I make $1 million or make 500,000 or above, I gotta go to Russia just to make my money if I'm a female basketball player? That just shows you how poor of a league the WNBA truly is. It shows you that. And at the end of the day, their hatred towards Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, it's gonna hit them hard. I guarantee you this. You could look at their ratings at the Olympics, they're gonna be very low due to the fact that they don't have Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark on their roster. If they did, their ratings would have been higher than the men's, to be honest. But at the end of the day, the WNBA is selfish. They push agendas, and they got one of the dumbest commissioners of basketball. Adam Silver might as well get rid of her and run the league himself too. They already financially taking care of the WNBA. But that's my quick thoughts on it, man. I don't know how y'all feel, but it's a damn shame that they not embracing Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. It's really a damn shame, man.
I'm surprised. And Go James, did you watch the game? I'm not sure if you watched the game.
Well, yeah, this is where my knowledge goes to the wayside, brothers. I am not that familiar with the WNBA and what they do there, which is my fault as a basketball fan. And other basketball fans like myself need to do a better job watching the WNBA. But again,
this is why, Go James, real quick. This is why we got a few of the tape just to show you, right? So the context was, Herm, right, that Team USA was going up against the All-Star team, right? Or players from the All-Star team versus Team USA, right?
Yep.
And there was many people that claimed that players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese should have made the USA team. Now, for example, Caitlin Clark broke the assist record in their rookie year this season. Angel Reese got the most double-doubles in a row of any player in WNBA history, which is a record as well, Go James. So this is what rookies out here are doing in their first season in the WNBA, right? Very acclaimed, a lot of hype, a lot of talk, and many people, myself included, would say exceeded expectations. So then they come to Team USA, where they have women like and players like Diana Taurasi, who, how'd she make it over at Caitlin Clark? Herm? How did she make it over at Angel Reese? Herm? I don't know. But let me say this. And let me look at it like that.
The USA women's national team, they treated that shoot around like a normal scout.
Hold up. We ain't even trying to hear all that. We just need to see the tape. Now, Herm, did you watch this game, Herm?
Yeah, I seen parts of it. I didn't want to watch the whole game due to the fact I know they full of shit, but I seen parts of it. Let's get to it, bro.
Okay, we're just gonna watch the highlights real quick. We're gonna stop it at certain times, and we're gonna just go through what happened with this Team USA versus the All-Star team, the WNBA. And there are All-Stars on Team USA, right? How many All-Stars are on Team USA, Herm? Do you know? Obviously, players like
Diana Taurasi, Angel Wilson, Diana Taurasi, Kelsey Plum, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner. They basically had the squad. But at the end of the day, I think Chelsea Gray, she been hurt the whole year. She shouldn't be on the roster. She been battling the injuries. And Diana Taurasi, 41 years old. Give the young pups a chance, man.
But look at Diana Taurasi, like splash. That's what I can still do, Herm. I can still do that though, Herm.
But look at that. Look at this, man.
So we got the WNBA All-Stars in orange, right? And you got Team USA who's going to the Olympics, already at the Olympics, in white. Now, Herm, I don't know what you're saying, but Team USA got off to a good start. Who's that big white lady who been cooking in the NBA or WNBA for a minute now? Play for New York.
Breanna Stewart.
Breanna Stewart, yeah, man. She like a white KD, like vibe in terms of how she plays. She nice. Now
it really Della Dawn was, but Della Dawn really hasn't been healthy lately.
Okay, she nice. And she on the team. Asia Wilson on the team. Asia Wilson, the best player in the league, and you got young players in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark coming off the screen. Oh, okay. And so, how serious are they playing, though, Herm? How serious are they playing?
Oh, they took it serious, man. End of the day, everybody had chips on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? So, the rookies and Clark and Reese, they had to prove some things. That's why she had the most rebounds in the All-Star game. That's why Kayla Clark had the most assists in the All-Star game as well. So they came to play, and they took turns on the so-called best player in the NBA, WNBA, which is Angel Wilson. They were putting work on her. I ain't gonna lie.
And who was taking turns?
Man, the whole team was taking turns on her, bro.
Oh, okay. So some vulnerabilities.
Team USA gonna win regardless, but it's just the fact of the business aspect of it, Africa. That's where I have a problem with. If you worried about the business and you trying to elevate the game and give it the light that it deserves, you gotta put the high profile players on the roster. They don't have to necessarily get major minutes or basically be the stars of it, but let them be on the roster so you can get more endorsement deals. You could get your own TV deals. You could get the people to buy the Olympic jerseys. Get the people to know more of the players, and people have more knowledge because you forgot who Breanna Stewart is. You knew of her, but you forgot her name. She played for the Liberty. So end of the day, if the business aspect of the WNBA is right, people would know these players and recognize them more. So, end of the day, at Diesel, you gotta wear I'm talking in a standpoint as a guy that just watched the game and loved the game of basketball. But fans, wants to see Caitlin Clark in the USA uniform. Fans wanted to see Angel Reese in the USA uniform. You gotta support the fans. You gotta be there for them. And at the end of the day, they didn't. It's about the fans, and people forget that. End of the day, right now, Caitlin Clark is a better basketball player than Diana Taurasi. Diana Taurasi, honestly, it should be right there in the GOAT conversation. Should be considered the GOAT because she do got the most points in WNBA history. She broke all kinds of records, but her time isn't up. She had her shine. She won multiple gold medals. She had her moments. That if you really ambassador of the game, Diana Taurasi, pass the torch. Let somebody else get that opportunity. Chelsea Gray, you know your ass been struggling all year since you came back from that injury. You know you're not healthy. Why not let somebody in Angel Reese that been surprising y'all ass with all these double-doubles, with her standing up to the elite bigs in the WNBA, with showing the intensity, playing with heart, playing hard every game. Why
Look at
not
this.
let her get the shine?
And who was that? Leah Boston? Who is just putting Asia Wilson to work in the post right here?
Yeah. Easy work. Easy work.
And do you see her the difference in play style with the young players versus the older players that may be more slower tempo post play? Do you see a difference in how they play, or is it still a similar style of play?
You can tell Team USA they've been practicing because they running a lot of their sets that they're going to run in the Olympics. WNBA though, they just play tough. They play with some grit. They play hard, and they really play. They really was motivated because they feel like they had a lot to prove. So they played with a lot of motivation, and you could tell you basically go see it in the second half. You basically will see it in the second half how they turned it on. Like look what Angel Reese doing right there. They don't have that. They don't have that on their roster. A person that's gonna be a go-getter on the glass relentlessly. Yes, can Angel Wilson rebound? Yes. But end of the day, Angel Reese knows her role and she hustles. She gets at it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a bad look for the WNBA. You picked this Olympic roster in spite, and the fact that you dropped and got your ass kicked, it wasn't like they only lost by 1 point. They got their ass kicked, lost by 20 points, and the fact that you did that, you really can't justify the decisions that you made. And Hitman. The fans voted Michael Jordan in. Jordan didn't get in because the NBA put him in there. The fans actually voted him in. So honestly, man, that's a mute point. The fans wanted to see his old ass out there. Jordan knew his ass wasn't an all-star, but the fans wanted to see his ass get out there one last time.
That's cool.
That's cool. That's not a horrible opinion. The WNBA is the saddest league in sports. That's why the ass gonna stay where they at. That's why the ass gonna always have to rely on the NBA to save them. All the time.
I hear you, Herman. I feel like there is a difference in the style of play. I feel like the younger players in the WNBA, they play more free. I used to see a lot more structure in the WNBA games, run sets, pass the ball in the post, move around, let the person back down. We're running it through there. Look at this play, right? This is straight up out of the modern NBA right here, right? Look at this. Come off the screen. Dribble handoff. The step back.
Yeah, she couldn't miss a shot, man. She was on fire, bro.
You don't see that from back in the days. But yeah, Team USA more disciplined, more fundamental. But the natural talent of the WNBA. And who is this? Who is that player who hit that?
Enrique for the Dallas Wings. She actually was at those training camps for Team USA, but she ultimately bagged out because she said at her own mouth that she felt that she wasn't going to get picked primarily just due to the politics of the WNBA.
She out here splashing from distance, though. She out here splashing.
Oh yeah, she broke the record, man. She broke the record for most points in the WNBA game. But from a marketing standpoint, Africa, as far as the money that they could have made, WNBA dropped the ball, man. You saw that?
Hey, are you seeing this right here?
Yeah. She put in some real work.
Oh no, chat. I don't know if you see this, chat. Looking like straight up early 2001, man. Look at this, man. What? Skipping on him? What? Oh. With the pull-up, though? Kelsey Plum, no defense. No defense. Can't hold me. Can't hold me. So now we stunning. Now we feeling comfortable. Okay. Paint defense, non-existence. Brittany Griner, too slow. Too slow. I don't know why she out there. Too slow.
See, Brandon agrees with me about Caitlin Clark, but how predictable he is, though. He hated on Angel Reese, though. But he agrees with me on Brandon with Caitlin Clark. He just a hater on Angel Reese. Both of them needed to be there because both of them are bringing the attention to the league that the WNBA has lacked for a long time. So, end of the day, yes, it's Angel Reese. Will Angel Reese go down as one of the greatest ever? I don't know. But you could build on that college rivalry. And one thing I know about that college rivalry, Brandon Cass, Angel Reese whooped their ass in the championship game. So if you build that rivalry up in the WNBA, you could honestly have the basically Magic Larry Bird effect of the WNBA. The time is now. And the WNBA dropped the ball. And the WNBA honestly, go basically always be what they are, a fucking joke. A fucking joke of a league. Because at the end of the day, you want to build revenue, you want to build notoriety, and you want to be put in the status of one of the best leagues in the goddamn world. And they dropped the ball, young Africa, bro.
And yeah, facts, man. And yes, George, yes, we messed up again because we out here pressing dudes. And George, if you want, George, I'm gonna drop the link for you.
That might be a guy to get on there.
You're gonna hit the link, George, and we got some trivia questions, right? I'm gonna play you the music, make you reminisce about your prime when late night TV shows used to do trivia like this. We're gonna ask you some basketball questions, George, because you're one of the most outspoken brothers out here. But I'm just wondering if you're one of the most knowledgeable brothers out here. So hit the link, George, and get to cooking, George, right? Because we need to see that.
Brandon Katz, I thought you was busy, Brandon Katz.
Yeah. Brandon busy when it comes to the questions. Well, we got the music, George. Hit the link, and we got some trivia questions for you to test your knowledge at a game, George. You're one of the most vocal brothers, but we want to know if you're one of the most knowledgeable brothers when it comes to the game of basketball. Okay, George? We're going to cut the music till you hit the link, George. Okay?
Well, now, we can see if George wants to smoke, man.
Oh, yeah, I dropped the link. George see the link. Oh, we got a brother up in here. We do have my brother Tyson.
What to do?
That's
What
one
to
of
do?
the brothers. That's one of the brothers.
What up? Welcome to the full court.
Let's go our special guest, Tyson Thomas, in the building, man.
Yeah, man. I'll cook with y'all real quick, man. I ain't a real trivia guy. I just, know, but I fuck with y'all. Excuse my language.
Okay, no,
you can talk your shit.
Yeah. I ain't a real.
So
I got a bad memory, man. I got too many kids and shit going on and been remembering all them basketball facts.
Hey, that's okay. We're gonna put the music on for you. We're just gonna ask you a few questions, bro. Just a few. Okay.
Yeah.
And at the very least, you might learn something. Now, are you knowledgeable in not just the NBA but the WNBA as well?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No problem. Okay, and so we're just gonna ask you a few questions. So give me a moment. Stop the music, okay?
Yeah. Y'all could have at least got that.
I'm gonna ask you a historical question right here. Initially, the NBA had a different name in its inception. What was the original name of the NBA?
The Non-Negro Basketball Association.
Hey, look, that's not the answer, but I'm taking that as the correct answer. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. Okay, that's exactly what it was. It was actually called the Basketball Association of America, but I like your answer better. Thank you.
Okay.
That's exactly what it was. Okay, so now we're going to go to a question that connects from what you said from the non-Negro League, right? Who was the first African American player to play in an official NBA game?
Oh.
Okay, I'll give you a few options. 1, A.L. Earl Lloyd. All right. 2, Chuck Cooper. 3, Nat Clifton. Or 4, Hank Dazzone. The first African American player to play in an NBA game.
Oh. Yeah, none of them names sound familiar, but I'm gonna go with A.
Oh, Earl Lloyd. And Earl Lloyd is correct, Herm.
Yeah, I thought that sounded familiar.
Yeah, but 1950.
Yeah. Your boy out here cooking up.
Oh, facts. He played for the Washington Capitals.
The Capitals.
Detroit, and he was a solid player. The first African American player, obviously not the last. Now I'm gonna just ask you this: name the team that holds the longest winning record in the NBA, longest win streak in NBA history.
Ooh. Damn, I want to, of course, say the Celtics, but that might not be right. The Bulls held the best record season until, G State broke that. It's damn.
I know you know this.
Yeah, I know it.
It was a while ago, I would say.
It was a while ago.
No, it's bad. Shit, I think it was before any of us damn near were born, though.
It was before we were born?
Damn near.
It depends on when you was born, but
I don't think
the dominant dynasty. It was a dynasty that has the longest winning record. But I'm gonna leave it at that.
I give them.
I'm gonna go with the Celtics then. I'm gonna go with the Celtics.
Okay. And Herm, what would your answer be, Herm?
It would be the Los Angeles Lakers, man.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. The Celtics or the Lakers.
The Magic Johnson Lakers.
Magic Johnson Lakers. Okay. How many did they win?
I believe it was 30.
No, it was in 1971 after they won 33 games.
Oh, not the Magic Johnson. Like, see, man, this man giving me trivia. Don't know the goddamn answer.
Hey, man, I just know it was the Lakers. But yeah,
Wilt,
33 game win streak was the number. Okay.
33 game. All right, I'm done. I'm cooked.
Okay, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You're doing well though. You're doing well.
Yeah, give me a redeem team question.
You want a redeem team question?
Yeah, George backstage.
Oh, who? Oh, George backstage. What? Oh, hold up. Okay, so we're gonna do this 2v2. George in the building. George, what's up, my guy, George?
Hitman, it was your daddy. No, I'm just playing Hitman. I'll put you in, man. Hitman, I'm just playing, George. Just playing, man.
What up, though?
Oh,
what up, George? You down for some trivia, George? That's what you got.
I hope it ain't no goofy trivia.
Goofy trivia? What kind of trivia?
You know, George got him. He gonna talk his shit now.
Okay, that's cool. Okay. Okay, so here it is. Okay, George, you ready for some trivia questions, George?
Okay.
Because I'm gonna ask you one. We're gonna ask Tyson one. We're gonna see how y'all go. Okay.
I can't lose to this, brother. Can't lose.
Yeah.
I answered the last one in the chat. Okay. You just didn't read it.
Okay. No, that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna ask you this one, right? Who is the all-time leading scorer in men's college basketball? Right. I'm gonna give you some options.
I don't need no options, bro.
Oh, you don't know? Oh shit. Oh, my bad, George. My bad. Go ahead, George. Go ahead.
That wasn't me.
That was the pistol.
Oh. The Pistol Pete Maravich, correct.
Yeah.
A guard from LSU not only owns the 3 highest single season averages, but also the highest career total of 3,667 points. He scored that in just 83 games.
The one who had it before that was Oscar Robertson.
Crazy, George. Crazy, George.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Great answer, George. Didn't even need the options, George.
That's not me.
Okay, George. Okay, I like that, George. Okay, Tyson. George came through swinging. So I'm asking you this, George. I'm asking you this, Tyson. Who was?
I just got that one right. You know the difference between George and Tyson?
Oh yeah, my bad. No. Yeah, no. George was just cooking. So I'm asking you, Tyson. I'm asking you this. Who was the youngest player to score 10,000 points in the NBA?
Oh. Damn, it either got to be Kobe or LeBron, and LeBron a little faster, so I'm gonna go Brown.
Oh, LeBron James. Okay. And that is correct. At 23 years old, LeBron became the youngest player to score 10,000 points in the NBA. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey.
Look, that's 2 in a row, bro. That's 2 in a row right there.
Okay. So you was doing okay, George. You ready, George? I'm about to ask you about this, bro. Okay. Now, George, who is the youngest player in NBA history to record 3 triple-doubles, George? Would you like the options, George? I can give you some options.
Yeah, give me some options because I really don't keep up.
Okay, 3 triple-doubles. It is a unique stat, but essentially, who got to 3 triple-doubles as the youngest player in NBA history?
Mm-hmm.
A, LeBron James. B, Magic Johnson. C, Michael Jordan. Or D, Luka Doncic.
To 3 triple-doubles in a row or just 3 within the season? What are you talking about?
Yeah, just 3 triple-doubles, bro.
Shit.
I got you on this one. You need some help, man.
Is it Luka?
George, right?
Luka Doncic is the correct answer. At the age of 19 years old, he recorded his 3rd triple-double with 19, 10, and 11. Hey, man.
That was easy, man.
You're doing well.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, now this is a unique stat, but I'm going to ask this to you, Tyson.
Yeah.
Who is the only NBA player to retire with more career block shots than points scored? A, Sim Bhullar. B, Manute Bol. C, Sean Bradley. Or D, George Morrison.
Duh. This would be totally a guess because obviously ain't nobody keeping up with that shit.
Is that true?
I don't know. Bruh, they all didn't get buckets. Bradley, Bol, or I think Bol was a little bit of a better scorer than the other 2 options. So I'm going to go, and Sean Bradley got buckets too. So I'm going to go with that big elephant head looking motherfucker Morrison.
Oh, unlucky right there. Okay. So the answer actually was Manute Bol. Okay?
I thought Manute Bol got a few buckets. Okay.
Okay, that's all right. But I'm gonna ask you another question, right? And then George, if you get this wrong, you might have to slide out real quick. That's all I don't know, man. But look.
Now we gonna keep them on if we get it wrong.
Okay.
And we gonna start talking.
Now I was wrong, but hey, look.
It's a depth question.
I'm gonna give you some more modern questions. That's fair enough. Okay.
All right.
The first teenager in NBA history to score 20 points in 10 consecutive games, right? First teenager in NBA history to score 20 or more in 10 games in a row. So, George, what we doing, right? If you ain't noticed, George, the list is LeBron James, Zion Williamson, Luka Doncic, or Kobe Bryant. If you notice, George, a lot of LeBron James, a lot of greatness in these stats. Always as one of the most consistent options when it comes to youngest, greatest, most 20 points in a game. So, not sure if you noticed him, George, but Michael Jordan ain't on this list. So Who was the first teenager in NBA history to score 20 plus in 10 consecutive games, Tyson?
You say George or Tyson? Who got?
No. This is you, Tyson. You got it wrong.
Yeah,
You got
easy too.
It's easy.
Yeah.
First teenager in NBA history to score 20 plus in 10 games.
It just happened.
Yeah, I gotta go with Luka, man.
It just happened.
Luka ain't no teenager.
The last few years, within the last few years, that happened. I put it like that.
It gotta be Luka. What was the options? You said Luka, Braun, or who?
Zion.
Luka, Braun, Zion, or Kobe.
Oh, was it Zion?
Yeah, it was Zion.
It was Zion Williamson.
Zion Williamson. Okay, I got that right, man. I didn't say final answer, bro.
Yeah.
You got that.
Hey, man, that's cool. Look, George.
Hold on. I got a question for you.
Oh, okay. You got a question, George? Go ahead.
Who were the only, I think it was 2 or 3 Lakers to win the NBA title and the NCAA title in the same year?
A what?
Magic Johnson.
They're more than Magic.
Who was the what?
You say an ABA title?
I said NCAA title.
NCAA and NBA title in the same year.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
It would have to be a rookie that won, obviously. So straight out the gate, winning the chip. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? No. Larry Bird?
Kareem didn't win his rookie year, did he? No.
Damn, I said a Laker.
Oh, a Laker. The first Laker. There's only one guy. Oh, is it Magic Johnson? It would only be Magic Johnson, right?
There's more than one.
More than one. Okay.
Was it Worthy? Had to be Worthy. Kareem didn't play for the Lakers as a rookie season.
Yeah, it was James Worthy.
Yeah, Worthy.
One more.
You said Magic and Worthy, right?
One more.
One more?
One more.
A Laker?
He wasn't a Laker for life. He wasn't a Laker for life, but he was a Laker during that time.
A Laker in his rookie year.
Yep.
I know this.
I don't know if it was Mikey. Maybe Mikey.
You talking about Billy Thompson?
Who?
Billy Thompson?
He played for Louisville or Kentucky?
Louisville.
Okay. What's wrong, Mask Man? He didn't know them, did he, Herm? He didn't know them, did he, Herm?
No, he didn't know them.
But he on here giving quizzes.
Okay, I don't know that.
Okay.
I don't know that. But
I know.
Could you
educate? Billy Thompson just didn't have a good NBA career. That's why they did.
But he was a Laker though.
Hey, George, in the chat they saying you can't win an NBA chip and an NCAA in the same year. They're asking how can you do that? How is that possible?
Well, their season start different. Was almost you could say within 365 days is the same year.
Oh, that's not even the same calendar year?
Of course not, because they 2 seasons end differently. If you win an NCAA title and go to the pros the next year, you're not gonna win to the what?
Hey, I ain't even
so it's always it's to me it's the same year.
Hey,
I ain't mad at that, George.
See, it was easy for me to answer to y'all. There was only 4 people that did it, so it was easy.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this, George. Who was a player, George? Who was a player for that question?
Who?
Who was the third Laker that won an NCAA?
He just said it, Billy Thompson.
Okay, Herm. Herm cooking. Now I'm gonna get back to you, George, real quick. And the next person, you got a streak, George. You ain't got one wrong yet. So I'm gonna ask you this: who is the only player in NBA history to record more than 200 blocks and 200 steals in the same season?
Oh, that's easy, bro.
Oh, that's easy.
200 blocks and 200 steals within the same season. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say Olajuwon.
Yeah.
Well done, George.
You giving them layups, bro. You giving?
Oh, I'm giving him layups. Hey, hold on.
Yeah, that's a layup, bro.
That is easy work.
all-time league leader in total block shots, Hakeem Olajuwon. Look. Okay, I'll give you the layup. Okay, it's okay.
Talking about fast break, not even no contested layup, bro. You giving them?
Hey, man. Okay. Hey, George, I'm gonna go back to back with you real quick. I'm wondering if you know this one, right? Then I'm gonna get to Tyson. Now we're about to go to sudden death because y'all cooking, right? George, who was the first player to lead the NBA in assists and steals in the same season? The first player to ever do that.
The first player to ever do it, I probably wouldn't know, but I'm gonna take a wild guess at Isaiah.
Isaiah Thomas? That's a good guess. Let me give you the options because Isaiah's not on the list.
Okay.
Fred Brown, Slick Watts, Spencer Haywood, or Lenny Wilkins.
Well, I'm not gonna go with downtown Freddie Brown.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Lenny.
Lenny Wilkins. Okay. Incorrect.
Okay.
And the answer was Slick Watts. Okay.
Slick 3,000 watts out of Houston.
First player to lead the NBA in assists and steals per game.
Hey, Africa, let Mingo Jester in. He backstage.
Oh, hold up. Okay, Mingo Jester. Okay, we got some brothers that want some trivia. Hey, what up, Jester?
Yeah, man. You giving George some real easy questions. I was like, oh, come on, Mingo. How you gonna, bro? Come on. That was Tyson answering all the questions. He only gave me a few.
Yeah, but they were super easy.
Super easy.
I gave them. Hold on. But I gave them one they didn't even know. But Herm,
a lot of people ain't gonna know that, George.
George is right. He did come with a good ass question.
Yeah, he did, but a lot of people ain't gonna know that.
Okay, so my questions are layups up in here. Okay, man. Hey, man, that's crazy. But hey, look,
you gotta turn it up, man. Stop.
Okay. I'm gonna just ask you this question. Okay. Jester, since they're easy questions, I'm gonna ask you straight out the gate, Jester. Hey, which player holds the NBA record for most assists in a single game?
Which player? Hold on.
You ain't even getting no hits on this.
Let me know this.
Most assists in a single game.
That's easy too.
I chime in.
Oh, Jester, what happened, Jester?
Orlando Magic.
Used to be a coach, Jester.
No.
Then became a coach.
No, man.
No?
Scott Skiles.
Hey, hold up.
Get out the chat, bro.
Scott Skiles.
George is right.
Hey,
nah, they need a little thing for that chat start cooking up, man.
Damn,
you know that? Hey, man, look, Scott Skiles got the most assists in NBA history in 1990. He got 30 assists in a single game, man.
Yeah, I knew that one. I knew that one off top.
Straight up crazy. So we're gonna go to Tyson, right? We're gonna go to Tyson, okay? Okay, now this question is gonna be an interesting one. We'll see if you get it right. Who the oldest player to score 50 plus points in a game?
The oldest player to score a 50 piece? God, dog.
I'll give you the options.
Give me Kareem, Kobe, or who?
A, Steve Nash. B,
hell no.
Michael Jordan. C,
hell no.
Grant Hill. And D,
no.
Jamal Crawford.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember that 50 piece from Jamal Crawford. I don't know if you remember that.
Jamal wasn't older than MJ, was he? I'm gonna go MJ.
Gonna go Jordan. That is incorrect.
Damn.
Hey, George, do you know who the oldest player in NBA history to drop 50 points is?
That's the easy two though.
Well, it's got to be Steve Nash. If
no.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash
I don't know.
Never scored 50, did he?
I would have said, but Bernard King. But I don't know, you know.
No. And I would just let y'all know it was Jamal Crawford. He dropped 51 points at 39 years old.
At 39, it was a 50 piece?
Yeah.
See, I knew he dropped a 50 piece, but I ain't know
what team was he playing for?
He was
The
playing for the
Clippers?
Phoenix Suns at the time.
Oh, my sons too? Oh, I ought to be ashamed.
Oh, wow.
I just realized something. Yeah, hey, ain't no option. Well, my question. Oh, okay. I see what's going on.
All the reason he did you like that, Minga, because you were saying all the questions.
No, but I didn't get no options. Everybody else getting options. I didn't get no options.
Yeah, he got me with that one. He got me with that Jamal Crawford.
Okay. Jamal Crawford, 39 years old, he dropped 51 points, man. Look, against the Dallas Mavericks when he was wearing that Phoenix Suns jersey. I'm surprised he didn't get that, Tyson. I was trying to throw
You know I'm a Suns fan, bro, but I ain't get that one.
Dang, both putting up 50 pieces at 39. That is insane.
Man, my sons was probably so trash then. I missed that game.
What year that was, Africa?
That was in 2019, Justin.
2019. I got to remember that.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the next question, and this is for you, George. Okay, now we're gonna ask you about the modern game, George, because we know you know the history. It's been evident. I'm actually a little surprised, George. You answering these questions with conviction and confidence. You're getting most of them right. So, George, who was the first player in NBA history to lead all players in a playoff series, right? Who was the first player to lead all players in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks for a playoff series?
Nah, that's easy.
Man, I ain't gonna be answering too many fanboy questions, all right?
Fanboy question? How is this a fanboy question?
That's crazy. You know why it's a fanboy question?
That's insane. That is insane.
So, George, do you know who the first player in NBA history to lead all players in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks in a playoff series? You know the answer?
Yo king, ain't it?
He's not my king. He's the king of the
That's
NBA.
Yeah, you a fanboy. You a fanboy. Yeah, yo king.
In 2016, in the greatest comeback in NBA history, when he was unanimous NBA Finals MVP, he led all players on both teams, George, that means, in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. That has never been accomplished in the history of NBA basketball.
That wasn't even a layup. That was the other team.
And no player has never been suspended during the championship game either. So
that wasn't even a layup. That was the other teams putting it in the basket for you. Come on, bro.
Hey, that's a good answer. Hey, I don't know why you was disappointed in getting it correct, George.
Easy.
You got it right, okay? But hey, we're gonna go on to Jester. Okay. Jester, I'm gonna ask you this, Jester. This might be a layup. I'm gonna give you a layup, actually. Okay. And this is also for the fans. What NBA player has won the most league MVPs, Jester?
Really? Kareem.
Okay. Well done, George. Well done, Jester. You're right. All right. 6-time MVP. That was a layup.
6 time.
That was a layup. But not really much respect. You hear the 6 rings more often than you hear the 6 MVPs, right, Tyson? It's interesting, man. It's just interesting. It's interesting. Anyway.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Before this modern era of basketball, what were basketball players playing for?
What was they playing for?
Yeah. What was their goal? What was their goal to be? Just answer the question. Just come on with it, bro. Stop with all this garbage.
I'm trying to understand the question first.
I'm asking you, before the modern era, what was the NBA players' goal to do or to be?
A champion, I guess.
Okay then. So you all with this generation change the narrative to whatever you guys want to change it to, because your man can't get there. They stopped Kobe from getting there, but your man can't get there. So now y'all want to bring up, 6 MVPs don't be talked about more than 6 rings. What are you saying?
I see.
If Michael Jordan had that mindset to know that I'm gonna be judged by my stats than my chips, what you think he would have done?
He did. He would have done the exact same thing he was doing.
Nah. Nah.
He was doing that.
Somebody coming up here with an agenda, Africa, man. You gonna let that slide?
Yo, wow.
Hey, look, man. We gonna cook that with just a simple question. Okay, simple question, right? And this is going to you, George, since you hyped up. Okay.
I ain't hyped up. I'm just tired of that narrative when y'all try to what you just tried to do right there. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
Okay, don't do
That's
that.
garbage.
That is a narrative.
That is a narrative. No, I was just making a point that it's interesting that the guy with the most MVPs in NBA history, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you don't hear the 6 MVPs talked about as much as you hear the 6 rings talked about. I thought that was just a matter of fact, Tyson. I don't know. I just thought that was what that was. But
your fact finding is off the chain.
Okay. Now, George, let me just ask you this. Historian of the game, George. I respect your knowledge of the game, right? So I'm asking you this. Which NBA team
What is that grocery store music playing in the background?
I don't know. I think that's a remix of Jeopardy. I don't know, bro.
Theme music, man.
They could have put a Timberland beat on or something, man. This is wild. Mustard on the beat. You could have did something, bro. You could have got mustard on the beat.
Mustard on the beat.
We gonna turn this up, man. We gonna get.
Thank you, man. I'm going to sleep over here.
We gonna get into some basketball talk, man. We gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. I think the highlight of yesterday, man. Great show by Go James Kingdom, by the way. Yesterday, man, did a great show. It was a huge argument. A lot of people was in their feelings when Go James Kingdom said a controversial take, saying that Scottie Pippen is greater than Anthony Davis and Dwayne Wade. I want to know everybody's thoughts on the panel. And we could start off with my co-host, Young Africa, Ski Mask Africa at that.
What do I think about Scottie Pippen being better than Dwayne Wade?
Greater.
And
Anthony Davis.
And Anthony Davis.
Greater. Key word.
And Anthony Davis. Yeah. When we talk about greatness, yes, I agree that Scottie Pippen is greater. Now, let me break it down, right? First off, if we just look at the players individually, obviously Dwayne Wade and Anthony Davis are more talented than a Scottie Pippen, right? More athletic than a Scottie Pippen at their heights. But if you talk about greatness, that's something different. And now, let me say this real quick too. Individually, you can make the argument. But when you talk about, first off, as second options, I think Scottie Pippen, the best second option of all time. The best. And not just for Michael Jordan, but the most replicable player as a second option for all the greats of the game. I would pick next to your best player, I'll pick Scottie Pippen next to that guy, because he complements literally every play style. If you have a heavy guard scorer, he will be that facilitator. If you have a heavy defensive guard, he can be that playmaking option, and he can handle the ball and be a primary ball handler. You could literally play Scottie Pippen in so many different ways that he is the most versatile and valuable second option in NBA history. And I don't mean two number one options like a Magic Johnson and a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because they're both number one options. So that's what I think. And then when it comes to greatness, Scottie Pippen winning 6 rings. If we place so much weight like brothers like George do on the 6 championships, and we realize that Michael Jordan ain't never won a playoff series without Scottie Pippen. Yeah.
Oh my God.
The same Michael Jordan that we see on screen couldn't win without Scottie Pippen, not one playoff series. And if we put so much weight on that as the GOAT and call him the GOAT of GOATs ain't Michael Jordan, and we value them rings so much, then we got to value them highly for Scottie Pippen too. And when you talk about greatness, there's not many players at the small forward position that are greater than Scottie Pippen. Don't even worry about Dwayne Wade. We can add some brothers like we can add Carmelo Anthony to that list. We could add John Havlicek. John Havlicek
has a great compliment to Bill Russell. He ate
Okay, there's only one thing you can say that can
I will even
compete with
put
that, and that'd be that Scottie Pippen was never a number one option.
no, and that's not the point. That's not the point.
That,
The point
Was the number one option, technically.
number one
Technically, he
offensive.
was the number one.
No. Look, you know what's interesting, Tyson? And I'm gonna say this and then I'll let everybody else click on this, right? The number one offensive option, obviously, when you got Michael Jordan on your team, you're not. He actually was for a season, and he was number 2 in MVP when he got that number one option.
Facts.
He did. So that's not act like he didn't have it within him. But when you play with a great player, you're meant to minimize certain attributes of the game. You're meant to elevate other areas, like being the best perimeter defender in NBA history, like being a versatile defender. 1, 2, 3, 4. Charles Barkley in the finals, being able to guard that, front that, make it difficult on that. Like that's what he was able to do.
Guard who? He guarded who?
Charles Barkley in the NBA finals. Do you remember that? The MVP Barkley, George, you remember that?
Yeah, Barkley destroyed him. So no, don't do that.
No, he did not. No, he did
Barkley
not.
destroyed him.
No, he did not.
Man, what are you saying?
No, he did not destroy him, bro. Hey, come on, George. You can't finesse what happened in the finals, man. Barkley, even though he got his numbers, was not as efficient as he was in series prior to that, and they lost in 6. Come on, George, don't do that. So I'm gonna say this: when it comes to greatness, we underrate Scottie Pippen's greatness. And you know why we do that, Tyson, before you get to do it? We underrate Scottie Pippen's greatness only because we desire to elevate Jordan's greatness. And to do that, and to have that separation, and to have so much credit be given to Jordan, you must minimize everybody else. You got to minimize Scottie Pippen. You got to minimize Phil Jackson. You got to minimize Steve Kerr. You got to minimize Ron Harper. You got to minimize
Horace Grant.
Horace Grant, all of them. You gotta they footnotes, they in the background, they're at the back of the page when it comes to the book of the Chicago Bulls dynasty. But I'm gonna leave it to you, Tyson, to speak about why the elevation of Scottie Pippen's greatness should be elevated to above many people's, Kevin Durant included. It should rival guys like
I agree wholeheartedly, man. Scottie Pippen was one of the greatest, like you said, second options and your first option on defense. People underestimate his defense and how great of a defensive player he was. People underestimate how integral he was to the playmaking. When Jordan was out there getting double teams, they kick it out to Scottie. Scottie rarely made a bad play. He would either swing it, find another open player, or he could punish the defense for not rotating properly with his when he would go to the basket and make proper plays. So at the end of the day, he's not as flashy as a Dwayne Wade. He's not as, much of maybe a scoring threat as an AD. But all around, he was a Swiss Army knife out there. Phil Jackson said it himself. Scoring is great, but what Scottie does for this team, he's a Swiss Army knife. He does everything. No, he wasn't a great shooter, but he still always made the right play. When he didn't have a shot, he got the ball to shooters. He just made the right plays 9 times out of 10. And so Scottie was just a great player for the Chicago Bulls. And again, without Scottie Pippen on those teams, Michael Jordan is still great. Michael Jordan is still a great player. There's no question about that. But Scottie got them, was really one of the orchestrators of those 6 championships, and that's just a fact. And not too many other small forwards can say that.
Hey, George.
What about James Worthy?
You want to put some respect on Scottie?
What about James Worthy? He said, "Can't no other small forward say that?" I said, "What about James Worthy?"
Scottie Pippen better than James Worthy.
I didn't ask you that. He said,
"Turn up."
He said, "What was his statement?"
What? Now James Worthy is a great player, and I don't take nothing away from James Worthy. I'm not into the business of shitting on greats, and Worthy was a great. But at the same time, I think Pippen.
So Worthy can't say that then, right?
So at the end of the day, if you let me finish, brother, at the end of the day, Pippen, I think, had more of a role in those championships without Magic Johnson and a Kareem in those championships. I think Pippen was a little more vital than a James Worthy. James Worthy's great, but I think Pippen's role was more vital to what they did than opposed to a James Worthy. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's my opinion on that.
Yeah, okay, but that wasn't your first statement. That wasn't your first statement.
Huh? No, I just thought,
your
yeah,
first
you asked me a
statement.
question and then I clarified, brother.
No, you cleaned it up, but that wasn't your first statement. You said were no other players able to say with Scottie Pippen. I said, what about James Worthy?
I said to six
And
championships.
then,
I said six championships. You didn't say my whole statement. How many Worthy got? How many rings Worthy got?
Hey, we need to. I want to hear what Mega Justice comments about this Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, cause Tyson over there capping.
I told the truth, brother. I said six championships.
You capping. Yeah, they got 6 championships, but you capping though. On some of that stuff, you capping.
What am I capping about, brother? Go ahead, showtime.
Cause you sound just like Africa. Both of y'all just a bunch of narrative.
Okay, go ahead then, brother.
Basically, all I'm saying is, first of all, this conversation ain't even really a conversation, because Michael Jordan himself said that there's no Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen. So where's the argument? There is no argument. If Michael Jordan said that himself, what can anybody else say? Oh, okay, that part. Also,
so how we capping then? You just
wait, no, but I'm saying, but y'all trying to big up Scottie Pippen to try to make Michael Jordan look like he wasn't Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan.
I didn't say one word about Michael.
Pippen was also great too. I didn't say one word about Michael. All I'm saying is we could talk about both players without trying to big up the one or the other. Is all I'm saying. Because we know that the one thing about basketball,
I'm giving Scottie his flowers. I ain't saying nothing about Mike.
We known for bigging up on one player to make the other player look less comfortable or whatever.
You talking about what other people
in the
do
basketball discourse? Nobody don't do that in football, soccer, tennis. Well, not tennis, but I can't none of those. Just basketball, we do that. That's kind of weird, don't you think?
Hey, bro, I didn't say nothing about Michael Jordan. So, but go ahead.
That's kind of weird.
I got an interesting take.
But wait a minute. I gotta ask one quick question before Herm goes. Don't James Worthy got a Finals MVP?
Damn, he actually do.
And I rest my case.
But this is the angle. This is the angle that I'm gonna use though. I don't have a problem with what Tyson highlighted about Scottie Pippen. He is right. Young Africa was right about what Scottie Pippen brought to the Bulls for his impact. We understood his impact. But I hear a lot of slander when it comes to Kobe Bean Bryant, period, in these YouTube streets. And especially from the LeBron fan base. But when it comes down to it, when people degrade Kobe Bryant for being the great second option to Shaquille O'Neal, the same things that they highlight about Scottie Pippen. Kobe Bryant was them things for the Los Angeles Lakers at the time when he was with Shaq as well. And Kobe Bean Bryant was the go-to guy in these clutch situations, especially in the Western Conference, to when Shaq did struggle against the Tim Duncan at times being the foul trouble. It did struggle with C-Webb, the combination of C-Webb and Vlade Divac as well when he was in foul trouble a lot as well against the Kings. Kobe Bryant was the guy, Portland too, and Portland as well. Kobe Bryant was the guy that ultimately was the difference maker in the Lakers surviving in those tough playoff matchups against the Spurs and against the Kings in those early years, especially in their three-peat. So the things that we highlighting about Scottie Pippen, is it safe to say that when it comes to being the greatest second option, is Kobe Bryant in the conversation?
For those last two, I would give you that. Yeah.
The
For
question
sure.
for me would be, was Kobe Bryant really a second option, or was he a first option in waiting? By that I mean, was he?
That's why I have nasty in the comments.
I mean,
he was slightly overrated.
But you gotta understand. But y'all gotta understand something though. A lot of people always bring up Kobe. He was the second option to Shaq.
If you put anybody on that team, they're a second option to Shaq. LeBron,
Exactly. No, that's a fact.
right there. Anybody is a second option to Shaq.
That's a fact.
I mean, you're supposed to run your offense through Shaq because he's the most dominant force in the league. So ultimately, just off of that, I think a Michael Jordan play with Shaq, ultimately, Shaq would still be your first option because you're going to run your offense through Shaq.
Here's a question, and it's a hypothetical, so it's no right or wrong answer. It's just a question. Do you think if Scottie Pippen, say, didn't have Michael Jordan and they had that team, like that year he was without Michael Jordan and he was top 3 in MVP votes, do you think if they replaced Michael Jordan with a upper end shooting guard in the league at the time, do you think
Clyde Drexler, let's say Clyde Drexler.
Okay, even say a Clyde Drexler. I think Clyde Drexler was elite for that time. I wouldn't even. I didn't even want you to go that good, but maybe a little tier below that. Do you think Scottie Pippen
or something like that? Okay.
Yeah, Latrell Sprewell, Mitch Richmond type of player. Do you think that Scottie could have got over the hump? I'm not saying that just that one year, but throughout that, and I'm not saying multiple, just one. Do you think he could have got over the hump as maybe a first option? Hypothetical.
Yes, definitely with that spot. Add Latrell Sprewell and allow him to be the second option and Scottie Pippen the first option, being the primary ball handler with the facilitating that he had in transition, being able to facilitate.
Kobe was the primary ball handler.
LeBron James type of impact on the game. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And we talk about him as one of the top 20 all-time great players. All-time great.
What do you think, Herm?
I mean, I missed some of it because my phone, I lost connection. But
damn, y'all just gonna cut Africa right in the middle of what he was saying?
Oh no! I thought he was done. Did he cut out? My fault. My fault. Go ahead.
No, I was done. Go
I thought
ahead,
he was
Herm.
done.
The question was,
yeah.
If you replace Michael Jordan at the peak of Scottie Pippen's powers, and you put a comparable second option, all-star level player like a
all-star level,
Mitch Richmond, even, does he get a chip? Huh?
But Mitch Richmond is not the same caliber player because he's a score first guy and he's not a guy that's considered a great defender. So ultimately, you use the Mitch Richmond is kind of disingenuous. Because
just answer the question, yes or no.
I mean, but Mitch Richmond, that's
okay.
Not
Say not Mitch Richmond.
If you say Penny Hardaway, yes.
Oh yeah, Penny for sure. Okay, Penny for sure.
That's a better comparable.
I didn't even want to go that high because I think in his short prime, Penny was elite. So I didn't even want to go. I didn't even want to go elite. I wanted to go all-star caliber.
I could give you another name since you said not elite, but he could have been if it wasn't for his attitude. But I'm gonna say he could have won with the Latrell Sprewell.
Right.
But see, my thing is though, what
he could have won with J.R. Ryder.
No, I ain't gonna go that far.
No. J.R. Ryder was just a dunker, man. J.R. Ryder was just a dunker. That was about it.
The reason I'm gonna tell you, reason I'm gonna say Spree, because Spree was still good enough after he came back from that suspension. He got the Knicks into the NBA Finals, and then when he went to Minnesota, he was basically the second best player on Minnesota. He got to the Western Conference Finals with Kevin Garnett. So I think with Sprewell at his peak powers, when he was at his best, I think Jordan could have won with a guy like that because you got to have a guy that has got a lot of athleticism that could be dynamic of a scorer. And Sprewell, is he a lockdown defender? No, but he's not a slouch either. So I think he could have won with a guy like Sprewell because he is dynamic. Penny Hardaway, because Penny Hardaway was an elite two-way guy at his peak powers, and that's a ball handler that can initiate offense. So I think those type of caliber players in that era you had to roll with.
Well, we can't go that high though, Herm. Scottie Pippen,
how me going with Sprewell is that high?
No. I was saying Penny Hardaway. Penny
But
Hardaway
Penny
is way
Hardaway
better
was
than Scottie Pippen.
But
You
Penny
can't go that.
Hardaway was a kid though. So
Yeah, but you
he
can't go
was a
that high
very
though.
young guy.
That's too elite. You got to go with somebody on the same level as a Scottie Pippen. Like, I ain't gonna say same level, but similar caliber player to Scottie Pippen. What I'm saying.
Right. I
Yeah,
agree with that to a
Penny
certain
is
extent. That's
way
why I
too
didn't want
high.
to
Come
go.
on, bro.
I
That's
think if you get
insane.
a Penny Hardaway in his
Yeah,
prime,
that's
he's more
yeah.
he's more the best player on the team. I'm saying
Right.
with Pippen being more of a, and Pippen's not an elite scorer. We all agree with that. So it has to be somebody who can score, but what Pippen brings two ways, and what he does, from a Swiss Army point of view, makes him elite. Yeah. So Allen Houston would be like somebody maybe like Allen Houston.
Hey, look, man. I don't know if people
If you gonna bring up Allen Houston, you can bring up Ray Allen.
Was doing. I don't think. Hey, check it right here.
Nah, I
Just
think
people
Ray Allen.
Michael Jordan
Ray
in a
Allen
suit.
was better. He
In a
was
suit.
better than Allen.
I'm about to play some highlights from Scottie Pippen's top 3 MVP season. And as you can see, Jordan was in the front row, retired, watching the cooking, right? Watching.
Well, are you gonna show when he bitched and stayed on the bench? Then?
Oh no, we ain't gonna show all that. We're gonna show the
Yeah,
highlights.
that's right.
We're gonna show the highlights. We ain't gonna do all that. We're gonna show the highlights.
You also gonna show us Scottie Pippen was sitting on the pointed at his shoes?
Hey, but young Africa, pause right quick. I'm gonna say this though before you even get to all that. You can arguably say that he wasn't the number one option then, because guess who Phil Jackson driver of plays at the
Tony
end of the
Kukoc.
game for?
Tony Kukoc.
Guess who he put the ball in his hand?
Tony Kukoc.
So even then with Scottie Pippen, even
wrong.
though Scottie was the best player on the team, young Africa, he still would turn to Tony Kukoc in the end of games. The ball was in Tony Kukoc's hands for the most part. So I mean, hey,
and
go ahead and play your
Herm.
videos.
Herm, you know what Tony Kukoc was doing that season? Herm, he was averaging 11 points, shooting 43% from the field and 27% from 3. So that was the wrong option, Phil. It just worked out.
Can you pull up the clutch numbers?
It just worked out.
Tony Kukoc
The clutch numbers include them 11 points per game, Herm. So it don't really matter what
just pull up the clutch numbers.
Yeah. Hey, he scored 11. He scored 11. Hey, Scottie Pippen in that MVP season, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals on 49% shooting, Tyson. What that sound like?
I don't even know why he bringing up Tony Kukoc like that. I don't even know why we doing that.
Wow. Hey, 22.
Don't disrespect the great Scottie Pippen bringing up no motherfucking Tony Kukoc.
Man, wait, y'all. Whoa. Let's watch the video, man. Calm down. Let's watch the video.
I had to turn up on Herm real quick.
Body on the first highlight.
I had to turn up on her right quick.
You know what this shows right here? Tyson? All them highlights we see of Scottie Pippen dishing to Jordan in transition, we would have seen Scottie Pippen doing that. We would have been calling him Air Pippen up in here because he was catching bodies all up in there. Bodies. Yeah. And so,
we left him on the floor. Catch this work.
Hey, I don't think they really understand how great Scottie Pippen was, man. High IQ, 6'8".
Pippen travel right there. He got to dribble that ball right
there.
He
got the what? He got the fade.
The little fade.
He got the fade. Reggie Miller still getting shook. He don't know what it is.
Yeah, Reggie Miller out there taking bows and shit.
Okay. Tony Kukoc hit game winners against the Nationals, though.
With a hand in the face? With a good contest?
Right there, catch you, bro. Okay,
catch you, right?
Okay. Yeah, Scotty. Let him know, Scotty.
Swag down.
Hey, Herm, you watch this
bro,
live.
Why you tapping in the paint like that, bro? Oliver Miller?
on the whole team.
Oh, look at the passing, though. Look at the floor vision.
Get that horse. Get that horse.
Baseline.
Got him, coach. Got him, coach.
With the finesse.
What's the word? What's the words of what y'all be saying? Scottie Pippen did that against a plumber.
Give me that. Chase them. Chase them.
He just blocked the plumber layup.
Chase them.
You just blocked the plumber.
Look at Jordan. What Jordan doing? Jordan watching.
That's chilling. Yeah, that's chilling.
Chilling with Odell Beckham. He out there with Odell Beckham.
Pause the
Well,
video.
it's not no Odell Beckham, but it's 1990.
Odell Beckham.
Y'all pause the video because
What we
y'all, because
doing?
Tyson called himself turning up
1994.
on
That is
me.
not no Odell Beckham.
Hey, young Africa. It especially goes to guys like you and Tyson. How in the hell y'all big enough Scottie Pippen and y'all the same guys that be dissing the 90s? So how
No,
can
we're just
you?
showing you.
No.
We're just showing you the work.
But when y'all always compare eras, y'all slight the 90s. Scottie Pippen is a 90s player.
That's
And
a
these
fact.
highlights that you're showing is going
Who
against
said
the
there wasn't great
so-called.
players in the 90s?
Hold on.
Oh, there go Loul.
Y'all
Oh, Lord.
showing
Here
y'all
we
big
go.
enough Scottie
Look at Loul.
Pippen
There go
going
Loul.
against
Oh,
weak ass
Lord. Here we
competition.
go.
Drop the
Look at
link
Loul.
below, man.
Mid-ass
Low down.
highlights.
Here we go.
Slow
Catching
down.
bodies. What?
Shout out to
Don't
There we
Low in the
go.
building, man. And
Don't do
Low is
that.
right. Low is right. Those are
Low
mid
is right.
highlights against competition that you guys always disrespect.
Here
No,
come
You
the
guys,
no.
haters, man.
now,
Here
and
come haters.
hold on, y'all. With
That's
the
the same.
influence of Lamont, aka FYF Sports Debates, influenced the people to hate the 90s
Hey,
so
man.
much, but in the same light,
I'm
be
trying to
one of the
get a
biggest.
show, huh?
Hold on,
I
now,
got
Tyson, you can get a show. You
Hey,
can
we
get
can
a
definitely
show,
get that.
but you can
We're
get
gonna
a
get
show.
that lined up.
trying to get a
Lamont,
show, man.
hey, but hold on, y'all. I gotta drive this home. But Lamont, aka
That's
FYF
funny.
Sports Debates, disrespect the 90s to the degree that he said that the 90s are dead. He basically had a tombstone for the 90s, right? But in the same light, he wanted to disrespect Jordan so much that now he takes back his 90s comments and big enough Scottie Pippen to the highest degree. So I want to ask FIF Sports Debates, what's it gonna be? Either the 90s are dead,
That's funny.
or you go give Scottie Pippen the praise that you feel like he deserves. So in one hand, you disrespect the 90s, but at the other point, now you want to big up Scottie Pippen because you want to get on the fence with Go James Kingdom to cook Michael Jordan. So Lamont, what's it gonna be? Either the 90s were trash or
Talk your
Scottie
shit,
Pippen
huh?
was that nigga.
Talk your
Which
shit,
one is
huh?
going to be? Which one is going to be FIL Sports Debates? Is it gonna be that the 90s are trash? Or is Scottie Pippen that nigga? Which one is going? It can't be both. It can't be both, Lamont. Which one is going to be? That's all I need to know.
What it's gonna be is the same competition that Jordan was cooking, Scottie Pippen was cooking. That's all we need to know.
This lame ass shit, Big Herm out here saying.
Exactly.
Look, Herm.
Lame ass Big Herm out
Let these
here
niggas
saying.
know,
What's
Herm.
it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Nigga, it's gonna be that in that era, Scottie Pippen don't get the credit. In that trash ass era, Scottie Pippen don't get the credit he deserved. That's what it's gonna be.
Hey, do you
Look
see
at
this? Hey, do you see this, Tyson? They were saying what, Tyson? The people were saying what? They were saying
Michael
what?
who?
Michael who? What?
Michael who?
Michael who?
Hey,
Stop
Lo,
it, man.
hey, Lo, guess what, Lo?
Stop the
We
cap,
got an
Lo.
MVP candidate out here, bruh. Michael
Hold on,
who?
y'all. Guess what, Lo? I respect Lo. I respect Lo because he's saying all of his
I
men,
bet
so
after that
he's
season,
not
they
gonna
want to
big
send
up
Michael
no damn
Jordan. Who?
Scottie Pippen. See, y'all want to say on one hand that the 90s were trash, but on the other hand, now you want to big up Scottie Pippen.
No.
You can't
And
do
Herm,
both.
I can
can't
easily
do
say,
both.
but Herm, but you want to say that Michael Jordan is the GOAT, but at the same time, when we get to Pippen and his greatness, now the era was trash. You can't say Jordan was the GOAT.
No,
And you
I'm
can't say
not doing
Pippen
that.
wasn't
I'm not
cooking the
doing that
same
because
competition.
I don't never say that Scottie Pippen is trash. So I'm not the person that says that, but I'm talking about your simple-minded ass with your talking points of disrespect to the 90s. So therefore, how in the hell you guys gonna say the 90s is trash, but on the other note, now you want to say how great Scottie Pippen is.
No.
Then you
was
want to
cooking
ride
that
then
trash.
you want to ride the train or go James Kingdom. That's our brother, by the way. But you want to ride the train and go James Kingdom to say that Scottie
Amen.
Pippen is better than Anthony Davis and Dwayne Wade. So how in the hell the 90s was so trash, but you could sit up there with a straight face and say Scottie Pippen is greater than Anthony Davis and Dwayne Wade, and you agree with it. So end of the day, you guys can't have that. It's either one or the other. Either Scottie Pippen was that good or the 90s is trash. Whichever one you choose,
Both can be true. See, you're trying to finesse it.
Both can't be true.
Yeah, right.
What
Right.
can be true?
It can't
Both can be true. Both can be true.
No, it can't.
Two things
No,
can be true, bruh.
It can't be
Yes, it
true.
can.
Cause that means Scottie Pippen wasn't that great then. Like y'all trying to elevate.
No. Don't mean. Oh, if that's the case, Herm,
I'm
then
going
Jordan
off
wasn't as
y'all
great as he
logic.
claimed.
I'm not
Oh,
saying
no.
that's not my logic, young Africa. I'm going off of y'all logic. It's not my logic. So I'm talking about y'all logic, not Herm's logic, not what Hollywood Herm believes. I'm talking about what y'all believe. So since y'all say the 90s are
both can be
trash,
true. Both
y'all
can be
can't
true.
say
Both can be
Scottie
true,
Pippen
bro.
is great. Y'all cannot say
Tyson.
Scottie
Hey,
Pippen is
Tyson.
great.
Do you see how brothers be getting in their emotions now? As soon as we start playing a minute, 1 minute 45 of Scottie Pippen highlights, and now we got to question the whole era, and we can't even get through the rankings, man.
Let me ask you a question, young Africa.
We can't even get through the highlights.
What?
Lo,
Let me
come
ask.
up in
Hold
here,
on,
Lo.
her.
Come
Let
up
me
in
ask.
here, Lo.
Let me ask my brother Africa a question real quick. What era of hip hop is better? The 2000 or the 2020s, 15 to 20, whatever, or the 90s and early 2000s?
Oh, definitely the 90s and early 2000s, my brother.
Does that mean that J. Cole is whack?
Oh, definitely need not. And a great point, Tyson. Break it down.
No, because J. Cole is still good, nigga. And Scottie Pippen is still good, nigga. But the
You that
90s is
desperate?
ass.
You that desperate, Tyson? You that desperate, Tyson, that you use J. Cole as a talking point? You that
Cooking this
desperate?
nigga.
You use
Kendrick
J.
Lamar, whoever you
Cole
want,
as a
nigga.
talking
Whoever you
point
want.
when it comes to
Whoever you want.
basketball?
Oh, you from Memphis,
I
so
think you are desperate,
motherfucking Young
man.
Dolph then. Whoever you like, bro. You from Memphis. Whoever you like, bro.
Nah, that ain't got nothing to do with this conversation.
Oh,
So
man.
end of the day,
Man.
and Lamont, it is
I'm
your
cooking
talking
this
point
dinner.
because you had the tombstones, you had a grave site for the 90s. You said we done with the 90s. But yesterday, you campaigning with Go James Kingdom about Scottie Pippen's greatness of saying that he's better than Dwayne Wade and Anthony Davis.
He said J.
Come
Cole
on,
better than
man.
Pippen.
J. Cole better than Pippen is crazy.
Y'all are easy. Y'all are easy to beat with the biasness, and you guys is hard. You guys are biased, man.
Hey, man. Y'all so hey, we got Brandon Katz in the building. I know you mad at these Pippen
No, Lord.
Hey, Brandon, are you very heated and emotional
Well, you
about
might as
how
well
you see
mute. You
these?
might as well mute up because we ain't gonna get to talk.
Yeah, I'm done, bro.
Hey,
I mean, Mingle, you don't really say anything substantive, anyways.
What
I was going to say is
This
that,
nigga just talk a whole bunch of gibberish and nobody ain't even listening to him.
Mingle,
Then
No,
you
we
talk
gonna
about
let
this.
Brandon
You
get off.
talk.
We gonna
This
let
dude is
Brandon
an
get off.
idiot. He's just like
anyways,
Hard. He's Hard
here's what
2.0.
Hey, Brandon, we watching
All right, no, I'm
top
not.
3 MVP.
I cooked you to get angry. Here's what I wanted to say. When you
watching the top
evaluate a
3
player
MVP.
as a scorer,
Yeah,
you can't
go
just
watch.
look at points per game. Like, there's some casual takes talking about Pippen scoring. Pippen would have benefited significantly if he played most of his career in the up-tempo 80s, because he was elite in transition. He was at many times better in transition than Jordan because of his length and his passing ability. But the problem with looking at Scottie Pippen's points per game is because Scottie couldn't shoot consistently, mid-range three-point shot, and he struggled to shoot foul shots too. Pippen's points per game is misleading because he always would disappear when it became a half-court game in the fourth quarter, and 90s basketball was played in the half court in the Eastern Conference. It was very slow. So you have players in the half court like Manu Ginobili, others, Jimmy Butler, who are closers. And Scottie's points per game, 21, 22, that's solid for the 90s, but it's misleading because he always would disappear late in games because he couldn't shoot. And that was the issue on the 94 team when the Bulls lost to the Knicks. Pippen just wasn't good enough against that Knick defense late in games. That's why they drew the play up for Kukoc with 2.6 seconds left. They couldn't give it to Scottie because he wasn't a good enough shooter.
Can I respond to that, please?
Oh, yeah, please.
You got the floor, Tyson.
Go ahead.
So, our key premise for Scottie Pippen winning the championship and going to that next level was him having an all-star caliber shooting guard who can score. And so that would alleviate that problem. And I do agree with you. What you're saying is not wrong. But at the same time, Brother Brandon, we have the same narratives for a player that is in the GOAT conversation. All those things you just said about Scottie Pippen, a lot of people want to apply to the great LeBron James, right? They say he only can score on the fast break. He can't shoot. And I'm not saying Scottie Pippen is as good as LeBron James.
Right,
but I'm saying
but
just
LeBron
because
could shoot
but let me
later in
finish.
his
Let me finish.
Let him finish, Brandon. Don't do that. Don't do that,
Just because a player is not a good shooter or has struggles at the free throw line doesn't mean he can't have elite impact on the game. And also with the skill set that Scottie Pippen had, be top 20, top 15-ish player when we see LBJ, who is clearly better than Scottie Pippen. I'm not making that argument. I'm just saying, even if a player has those certain deficiencies, those deficiencies can be overcome through your impact, brother.
But I think the point you're missing is Scottie Pippen was a small forward. He wasn't a center. So a center can be
LeBron
elite
is a small
without
forward,
being
too.
a good. Let me finish. A center
Look
can
at
be
Loul.
elite.
I just bring
without
up
being a
LBJ,
good
bro.
shooter. I mean,
I
Hakeem
literally
Olajuwon was
just.
not a great shooter. Shaq
Oh
couldn't
my
shoot at
God.
all, but Shaq still dominated inside. A forward or guard cannot have an elite impact if they aren't at least a competent shooter. And LeBron shot very well later in his career. LeBron's peak
But so he
season
didn't
was
have impact early in his
2018,
career?
just
He
in
didn't have.
2020, because those are some of his best shooting years.
Did he have impact early in his career, Brandon?
Who?
LeBron James.
Yeah, he did, but he wasn't an all-time great player early in his career.
I didn't say Scottie Pippen
Yeah,
would have
I
been
know
an
nobody
all-time
would. What are
great,
you- what?
first of all, and because LeBron is better than Scottie Pippen, so I never said that Scottie Pippen is a top 10
Right, but you compared
type of
the
player.
two.
I was just making a comparison to show the fact that just because as a small forward, if you're not an elite shooter, you still can have very good to an elite impact and lead your team to finals appearances and championships.
No, but when you say
Exhibit
elite
A-
shooter, Scottie Pippen was
Exhibit
not a competent shooter for most of his career. He wasn't a competent shooter.
Correct, but his impact wasn't in his shooting.
Yep. Exactly. For example,
Right, but Scottie
Brandon,
Pippen
hold
never
on,
had
Brandon.
an
Hold on,
elite
real quick,
offensive
Brandon.
impact.
Hold up, Brandon, real quick. The shooting is not the only thing that can make you impactful. As you can see, a pull up, he ain't got it like that, and we're gonna make the pass and the high IQ play, Brandon. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do.
No, Scottie
So why do
Pippen
you
had
limit-
an impact,
why do you
but
limit the
I want to
impact
make one.
Why do you limit impact to shooting very well? Why does that have to be?
No, I'm not
a main
limiting
indicator?
impact. I'm saying to have for a forward or guard to be an elite player, they'd have to be a better shooter than Pippen was. But the other point I want to make
Like Giannis?
is
Like
as good as
Like
Scottie
Giannis?
Pippen, as good as Scottie
In the
Pippen
90s?
was defensively, every team Phil Jackson coached was an elite defensive team. When Phil took over the Lakers, they weren't even a top 10 defensive team. In Phil's first year in LA, the Lakers were the best defensive team in the NBA. So the Bulls were a very good defensive team, even without Pippen. Jordan won 70% of his games in the 90s without Pippen. And even when Pippen was severely limited by back injuries in 98, the Bulls were still an elite defensive team. And so Pippen was an elite defender, but I believe the Bulls would have been very good defensively, even without Pippen. Phil Jackson had elite defenses everywhere he went.
Hey, Brandon, do you know where the Bulls ranked? Brandon, do you know where the Bulls ranked in defense without Jordan this very
Yeah,
year?
I don't understand that argument.
No, the Bulls were better. Michael Jordan is an overrated defender. The Bulls were better defensively in 94 than they were with Jordan. Jordan is an overrated defender.
Exactly what
I've
I was
always
trying to
said
get to. Hey, Brandon, and so what does that tell you, Brandon? They were better without Jordan the next year, Brandon. They were better.
No, they were better
Nah, they
defensively.
wasn't
They weren't better as a team.
No, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They were better defensively. Yes.
Right. No, I agree with you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So Brandon up here helping our point. That's all. Good looking, Brandon. We appreciate it. Shout out to Brandon.
Fucking idiot.
But Scottie Pippen was a very limited offensive player in the half court. And so if you replace Scottie with a player like Mitch Richmond, you're not going to be as good defensively, but the Bulls would have been a lot better offensively. Jordan could have won Jordan could have won 6 titles with a lot of second options. He did not need Pippen.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, we disagree.
This is what
That's
that
a lie.
Mary
Mitchell,
That's a lie. Not burning up. You're making up shit.
I disagree.
That's a lie.
he would have won.
Because even when Pippen had significant back issues in '98, the Bulls still won a title. In the Bulls' last 3 titles, Pippen never shot better than 41% in the playoffs. He was having significant back injuries. So the fact that Jordan was able to win the final 3 titles, including in '98, when Pippen was severely limited by back injuries, it shows you that, while Pippen was a good player, Jordan could have won with multiple second options.
But you keep
nobody listening to Brandon, man.
You keep pointing to his scoring and his shooting. And again, that's not all the impact that Scottie Pippen provided. Can you talk about his rebounding? Can you talk about his assists? Can you talk about his defense and all those things that were limited or whatever you were saying? You point to field goal percentages and points scored, and granted, we all agree that Scottie Pippen is not an elite scorer. We understand that claim. So, but at the same time, you just talking about one thing he's doing on the court and not bringing up his rebounding, defense, playmaking, assists, fast breaks, all those type of things. So again, are you being short-sighted when you're just talking about somebody who we never claimed to be an elite scorer scoring?
Right, but you keep using the red herring strategy. I never said Scottie Pippen. It's not relevant that Scottie Pippen wasn't an elite scorer. I'm saying Scottie Pippen disappeared. He had zero impact in many games in the half court late in games because he wasn't a competent shooter. You keep using your words like elite shooter. I'm saying Scottie Pippen was not a competent shooter for much of his career.
But wait a minute. Why don't you have impact and you run the offense? That don't even make sense.
No, the Bulls ran their offense through Jordan in the fourth quarter. It wasn't run through Scottie. I mean, Scottie was the best. Scottie was a good passer. He played point forward. But like when you talk about impact, Pippen's rebounding was replaceable. I mean, the Bulls had a great record in '98 without Pippen. Rodman picked up the slack where Pippen's rebounding was.
This is what I don't like. I don't like how we minimize what somebody does and says it's replaceable. What you can't do is replace the combination of versatility that Scottie Pippen provides. That's not replaceable. NBA history would dictate not many players can even do that. So how is that replaced? You can't just take one attribute and say that's replaceable. But Scottie Pippen as a whole, unreplaceable in the 90s, bro.
100%. This is like saying Draymond Green can't shoot, so he doesn't have impact.
Step back defensively, but you'd be better offensively.
Their identity was a defensive team. I don't know if you know that, Brandon, but the Bulls were a defensive team first and foremost.
Right, but Phil had good defenses everywhere he went, with or without Pippen. Okay, the Lakers weren't even
because he prioritized having a defensive players.
Except 2001. 2001 wasn't a really good defensive team.
And Lamont in the building. Lamont, I know, is enjoying these Scottie Pippen clips. Lamont, how do you feel? How do you feel about these Scottie Pippen highlights, Lamont? I know you like these.
I'm big on Pippen because the one reason why I feel like his scoring isn't as big of a deal is because he played in an era where scoring wasn't as big of a deal. Remember, the game in the 90s was essentially slowed down to a bore because the game was just slowed down to a bore.
That's the narrative.
Okay,
come on,
okay,
man.
all right. So it's not a narrative because Rod Thorne. Okay, so let me finish what I'm saying, and I'll explain to you why it was slowed down to a bore. Because it's not again, this is not me saying it was slowed down to a bore. This was Rod Thorne when he decided to remove the illegal defense. He said that teams were manipulating the illegal defense so bad that it was slowing games down to a bore. He was talking about the San Antonio Spurs with David Robinson, the New York Knicks with Patrick Ewing, the Houston Rockets with Akeem Olajuwon. We saw Karl Malone mightily with the Utah Jazz. They would slow these games down, make the games boring. The fans stopped enjoying it, so they removed the illegal defense so that defenses can get more active, and it was up the pace of games. And but again, when they made those changes, they didn't understand that the league offensively wasn't ready for zones to come in because the shooters hadn't come into the league. So then we experienced the time frame in the NBA without a whole bunch of shooters where defense took over for a while, and then the implementations of shooters came in, and now we have what we have today. So in an era, so this is all something also Phil Jackson said, because Phil Jackson talked about how they got Jordan to buy in quarters 1 through 3, and then in the fourth quarter, that was Jordan's time to shine. So I think all the Bulls knew and understood during that prime time in the 90s that in the fourth quarter, the offense and most of the shots that go up, especially in the half court, all of that was going to revolve around Michael Jordan's touches, because that's how their offense was designed. Their offense wasn't really designed for a lot of the other guys to get touches or a whole bunch of shots up in the half court. That's just how the Bulls played the game. That was Phil Jackson's strategy. This is something that Phil Jackson said, not me. And then this is something you can also see when you actually watch the games. Things got fixed. And Pippen, this is one of the reasons why I say he's the greatest number 2 option of all time, because great number 2 options don't fight back on roles. When you talk about Kobe consistently pushed back against the notion of being a number 2 option. He always wanted to be a number 1. That's why I like when Africa said, was he just kind of a de facto number 1 option that just kind of was begrudgingly a number 2 option? Pippen embraced the role of being a great number 2 option, and being a number 2 option means what? Sacrificing a ton of your game. Understanding that, okay, if Phil Jackson feels the offense needs to primarily be allocated through Michael Jordan, then I need to sacrifice that portion of my game and go beat great elsewhere. That's exactly what Scottie Pippen did. But let's not pretend, just like I pointed out the other night, there were plenty of nights when Michael Jordan just didn't have it offensively, and Scottie Pippen had massive offensive games. And so for every one bad game that Brandon Katz can point out, I have a handful of games where Pippen had 29-point triple doubles, 29, 9 and 9, 32, 9 and 10, all types of just unreal stat lines from this guy. But he knew when to pick up the scoring. It was when he saw Jordan was struggling on any particular night. It didn't happen a lot because Jordan is Jordan, but when it did happen, Pippen was there to pick up the pieces, and that's what made them one of the best teams in the 90s, because Pippen knew how to play his role. He wasn't always pushing against the grain, trying to go be this great scorer that the Bulls didn't even need. They needed Pippen to do other things great. He did those things great. I give him credit for doing those things great, and I don't penalize him for not being the greatest jump shooter, because I can run down the list of a whole bunch of players in the 90s that were still considered great players, even though they weren't the greatest jump shooters. Like a Charles Barkley. We could just start there.
No. Let me ask him a question.
I want to ask Lamont a question.
Lamont, was Tex Winters a coach when Doug Collins was a coach?
Let me ask Lamont a question. When you say Pippen was capable of elevating his scoring, Mingler, shut up. If Pippen was capable of elevating his scoring, why didn't he do it in 94? Pippen took the same amount of shots, and Pippen averaged the same amount of shots per game in 94 that he did when Jordan played. The difference was less than 1 shot a game. So Pippen was not able to elevate his scoring in 94. That's why the Bulls lost to the Knicks. So when you say Pippen was capable of elevating his scoring, he wasn't able to do it consistently. That's why the Bulls lost to New York.
So again, you're just saying that, but the problem is you're talking to somebody that actually just rewatched that series. So when you actually go back and rewatch that series, they didn't lose that series because Pippen wasn't scoring 30 points per game, right? They lost that series because there were other players on that Knicks team, one of them primarily Patrick Ewing, they could not contain, right? Patrick Ewing was playing unreal basketball at that particular time, and they didn't have no real answer because they didn't have any real defensive centers, and without a POA defender and Michael Jordan helping Scottie Pippen, right? The Knicks were able to funnel the ball into Ewing over and over and over, and the Bulls were getting barbecued. That was just Ewing being great. Hold on. We're talking about playoff basketball where matchups become king. And in that particular series, Ewing, with the superior matchup, was almost single-handedly able to outplay the Chicago Bulls, because what did the Knicks do? They slowed the game down to a bore. They funneled the ball into Ewing and had him going one-on-one with really, really bad centers. Because I promise you this, you can't even recall the center who was guarding Ewing, can you? Who was the center guarding Ewing? You can't recall him because Ewing was just barbecuing him. They didn't have any interior defense. That was their biggest. If you go look at the defensive metrics that year, that rim protection was their biggest flaw. They had nobody that can protect the post. That was their biggest flaw. All right, Pippen did a hell of a job on the perimeter. Tony Kukoc upticked his defense. Ron Harper was pretty good. But outside of that, they had nobody that could stop really good post players, and that's what beat the Bulls in that particular series. The post presence of the Knicks.
Right, but two things can be true at the same. Hold on, let me respond to his take. So two things can be true at the same time. So sure, Patrick Ewing played well in that series, but Scottie Pippen shot 40% and he averaged 21 points a game. So it's a lie to say that Pippen's offense was not part of why the Bulls lost. Ewing cooked, but Pippen also struggled offensively, and those two parts were equally important for why the Bulls lost. You're not winning a playoff series when your first option shoots 40% from the field most times.
Okay, Brandon.
No, hold on. Let me say one more thing. Let me say one thing, Africa.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Africa. My point to that is you're not winning a series against one of your greatest rivals in the East when you essentially extract a primary starter and you don't replace him with anybody comparable. They didn't. So the thing is, that'd be essentially like, let's say Jordan actually did play in '94, and then going into that particular series versus the Knicks, Jordan breaks his hand and he's out for the series, and there's no real viable replacement for Jordan. So they essentially went into that series kind of handicapped because although they lost Jordan, the Bulls did nothing to replace him, at least temporarily. So Pippen was trying to carry the load for missing Jordan. Hold on. Kukoc only averaged 11. Kukoc came off the bench and only averaged 11 points per game and still struggled to shoot the ball, like you said. He was not an elite shooter. 11 points was impactful. I have never heard that in my life.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
11 points.
That is wild.
Was absolutely
so why were you Scottie Pippen's 14?
Playmaker too.
11
so why was you just talking about Scottie Pippen's 14?
Brandon, replacing 30, Brandon. Come on, that's disingenuous. What you just said.
No, I'm not arguing Kukoc replaced Jordan. What I'm saying is that the Bulls added players.
Hold on. I gotta put you on mute. Brandon, let me just ask you a question about the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
Do you understand that the New York Knicks against Scottie Pippen that year were the number one defense in the NBA, right? You understand that, right? That's what Scottie Pippen was going
the
up
Knicks were a good defense, yeah.
No, not just good, the best in the NBA, Brandon.
No, I don't think they were the best in the NBA.
They were number one defensive. No, they were the
I
number
understand
one
your reading
defensive
stats.
rating team.
No. The Knicks were a good defense. The Knicks were a good defense.
They were the best
but
in
again,
the NBA, not just good.
Right, I understand you're reading the stats, but the best teams offensively in the 90s were in the West, not the East. So the Knicks were a very good defense, but I would not say they were necessarily the best defense in the NBA. But again, you're not winning a series when your first option shoots 40% from the field the overwhelming majority of the time. Pippen was not good enough.
Offensively was in the way.
The best defense in the NBA, man. So that's the context. With Patrick Ewing in this prime is the context that you're going up against. With your number two option being a guy like Tony Kukoc, there's not a lot of replacement. So the context is that they're the best defense in the NBA. Scottie Pippen by himself is having to carry that offense, be the primary playmaker, defender, and scorer on that team. And so you got to contextualize what's occurring versus a Patrick Ewing, a John Starks, Charles Oakley, and all these players. So I don't think.
And also there were plenty of number one options who couldn't shoot in the 90s. There were plenty of number one options that couldn't shoot. Latrell Sprewell struggled to shoot the ball. He was a number one option. Grant Hill struggled to shoot. Hold on. Grant Hill struggled. To. We're talking about Latrell Sprewell in the 90s, right? Well, that means we're talking about Golden State Warrior Latrell Sprewell. He didn't get to the Knicks until later on. That's toward the end. So let's just be realistic. We also got Ron Harper before his knee injury with Cleveland and the Clippers. He struggled to shoot the ball. He was not a great jump shooter. Grant Hill was a number one option. He struggled to shoot the ball.
Hold
on. Gary Payton struggled. Kevin Johnson struggled to shoot the ball. He was a number option one before Barkley got there, right? So Mark Jackson, who was a great player, struggled to shoot the ball. Okay, so the thing is, so hold on. First of all, the problem is that there in the 90s there were no contenders. It was only the Bulls.
But wasn't Brad Daugherty the number one option on the Cleveland Cavaliers?
If the onus was if the onus was,
And Jordan wasn't in the league in '94, anyways.
what does that got to do with anything?
Because you're saying there weren't contenders because the Bulls were dominating.
No,
but
okay,
Jordan wasn't in the league in '94. That's the year
in '94. No, what I'm saying is what you're being unfair with the Bulls is the Bulls were handicapped because the Bulls did nothing to replace Jordan. If they really wanted to go win, hold on. So adding Tony Kukoc is not a replacement for Jordan because he was coming off the bench.
Yeah, nobody's going to replace Michael Jordan, but the Bulls.
Okay, no, but at the end of the day, they were saying if you could bring in a marginal shooting guard that's known as a scorer, right? They were talking about marginal players. And secondly, the Bulls did not even try to bring anybody to bring in Jordan. Did they try to bring anybody to complement or who can fill that shooting guard role in the triangle offense?
No, I mean the Bulls
Ricky Simpkins, P.
Myers
Myers
would play a bigger role. But wait, Lamont, are you saying you think Pippen is good enough to be a first option on a championship team? Yes or no?
No. What I'm saying is what people do.
No, I'm just asking.
And this is what hold on. Well, I'm going to explain to you why I don't even. Hold on, I'm answering the question, but what I'm explaining to you is I'm explaining to you why you trying to use this first option terminology is just you trying to finesse. First of all, first option is just an offensive role. It's just a role to designate. The first option can literally be anybody. It's whoever the coach feels the offense needs to run through. That's the first option. Does the first option always mean that you're going to be the best player? No. Right, but what's happened is because everybody is so offensively driven and they feel like the guy that scores the ball just has to be the best player, then what you guys have now become tainted in believing that the first option is always going to be the most valuable, the best player, and that's just not necessarily the case. That's just not the case.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
No,
because again, my example would be with the. My example would be with the Pacers. Hold on 1 second. I'm saying my example would be with the Pacers. I'm not talking about that. Hold on, Brandon. I'm saying my example. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on. My example would be with the Pacers. Right? Reggie Miller would easily be considered the number one scoring option, especially in the years when they were battling the Bulls. But according to Phil Jackson, their most valuable player, their best player was Mark Jackson, who was the engine of that team, which is why they deployed Scottie Pippen to slow him down. And they didn't deploy Pippen to go guard Reggie Miller, right? Even though Reggie Miller was barbecuing. So again, is you put all of this weight and gravity in number one option. That's just you trying to hyper sensationalize offense and what Jordan did, and then take away from what Pippen did defensively, where he was the number one option on defense. He was the number one. He was the engine to the defense. So he was the engine to the team on the other half of the court, while Jordan was the engine to the team on the offensive side of the court. You just trying to prioritize offense to elevate Jordan and then diminish defense in a defensive era where you wasn't going to win without defense, which is weird.
But I think you cook yourself, Lamont, when you say it was a defensive era, because you're admitting, Lamont, that the offenses were not that good in the 90s. And so if you're admitting, which you have several times, that the offenses weren't even that good in the 90s, then scoring is far more impactful in that era than defense. Because as you yourself said, the offenses weren't that good.
When did I say offenses weren't that good?
You said it was a defensive era. That implies the offenses weren't
okay.
that good.
No. That's what idiots imply, because you can't conceptualize basketball talk. So what's happened? So no, it's not. No, what I'm saying is when I say it was a defensive era, it's because it's teams led with their defense. There's nothing wrong with a team leading with their defense. If a team leads with their defense, does that alternatively mean they're a bad offensive team? No, it just means they choose.
The offenses were not very good in the 90s.
No, hold on. If you thought that's what I implied, hold on. If you thought that's what I implied, I'm telling you right now, I didn't imply that. So you might as well just eliminate that from your memory. So you thinking that it's just you making up stuff in your mind. That's not what I implied.
Right, but
because I feel like the Bulls. Hold on. No, Brandon, you got to stop. Brandon, you just got to stop making stuff up, because I can go to a number of offenses in the 90s that I felt were capable, very capable, good offenses. I thought the Seattle,
players in the 90s.
I thought the Seattle Supersonics had a really good offense. I thought the Phoenix Suns had a really good offense. Right? I thought the Chicago Bulls had a really good offense. I thought the Indiana Pacers had a really good offense. So at the end of the day, I know teams that actually had really good offenses. I'm talking about it was a defensive era. It was a defensive era because teams chose to place more slowly and more paced on offense and lead with their defense. That's just how the era was.
Right, but when you say it was a defensive era, if you look at the best offense,
was it not? Was it not?
Hold on.
Was it not?
Hold on. If you look at the best offenses in NBA history,
was it not? Was it not a defensive era? Yes or no?
I didn't argue that point. What I'm saying
but
is,
was it a defensive era?
Hold on, let me finish. There's not one all-time great offense in the 90s. The offenses in the 90s were some of the worst we've seen in NBA history. And so Scottie Pippen's defensive impact, you're overrating.
Nah, he's lying. He's lying.
Even on the West Coast? Even on the West Coast?
Hey, you guys, the offenses only looked bad because teams chose to slow the game down to cater to the illegal defense. It's not that they were bad, it's just that they chose to slow down. And with a slower pace, you don't see as much fluidity in your offense. You don't see the versatility of a lot of the guys. You see one guy with the ball the majority of the time and teams facilitate. Does that mean they were bad offenses? No. It just means their style of play was just much slower. That's not bad. That's just your style of play. And it just wasn't conducive to analytics.
Okay,
so the
but
analytics
again,
that you guys, so the analytics, I'm not arguing your point. I don't think you have a point. That's the thing. I just think you're arguing.
There were no all-time great offenses.
When I say that I don't care because I'm not arguing that. You're bringing up something that's a moot point because I don't care about them having all-time great offenses or not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Pippen. The fact that you're saying a man with 6 championships needed a jump shot is wild. The fact that he was an integral piece to winning 6 championships and he needed a jump shot to be great. This is the idiocy that people put on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then he wins a championship and people shut the hell up about his jumper.
Stop! Come on.
No, it's not about him being Giannis. It's about the same argument being used against Giannis. Because people didn't know how to understand Giannis's game. They cried and said, Giannis, you need a jump shot for them to win. Then Giannis proceeds to win without a jump shot, and then they shut the hell up about the jump shot. Pippen won 6 championships without a jump shot. Why would I complain?
In 2021,
Brandon, you gotta stop, man.
Milwaukee was very lucky in 2021 to win the title.
Brandon, now they're lucky. You don't get lucky. You don't win championships by luck. That don't happen. That don't happen, Brandon.
No, you can absolutely win one title by luck.
Cannot. You don't win championships by luck. That's a lot of luck. Stop it, Brandon.
Tech foul, Brandon. Lucky championships now. That's what we're gonna do to minimize players, man. Come on, man. Come on, Brandon. So we watching the Game 7 highlights of the Knicks versus Eastern Conference and in the Eastern Conference second round. And it's looking like it's a defensive type of series. It doesn't look like either team are great offensive teams. And that's only because of the limited skill sets, the type of style of play, the physical contact that's allowed. I don't know if you saw, man, but like Scottie Pippen got hit hard. Look at this. No foul. Hit him in the face. Dude sliding, undercutting. What? So like we're just gonna let bully ball go down, and it's a whole different style of play, man. I don't get how it can be a lucky championship for the Bucks. None of the Bulls.
What is LeBron playing right now?
Hey, first off, LeBron James in this era.
What is LeBron playing right now?
No zone, George. Don't do that, George. Don't even go down that route. We don't even want to.
Don't bring up bully ball then.
No, meaning that you can be more physical.
No, meaning nothing. Bully ball is bully ball.
No. I was really speaking more so about the.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, first off, that's a foul every single day in the modern NBA. Right there, that's a foul, bro. No call though. Do you see that, George? Is that a foul in the modern NBA, George? Do you see this? Post up. All elbow and everything. No foul, George. No foul. Just to give you the context as to what Scottie Pippen was going up against, and the ref is saying shot clock violation, no foul. So that's what I mean when I say the physicality is more bully ball on both sides of the ball. That's what I'm saying. And so, look, man, I don't know how
It was defensive series. It was a great series. It was defensive. You're right.
Definitely. And so I don't know how we can't give credit to Scottie Pippen in this era. When it comes to scoring and ability to play in a half court, I don't think you have to score to be impactful in a half court. Brandon saying 0 impact in a half court late in games is ridiculous. You can be impactful off ball. You can be impactful setting screens. You can be impactful with your movement. There's so many ways you can be impactful, and the underrated ability to create his own shot in Scottie Pippen, even if it wasn't at an elite level, is underrated still, man. To be able to still drop 20 in the series, to be able to post up like you just saw and hit that. Stop it, man. Half court, what? Come on, man. Look at him. Perimeter. Collapse defense. Finishing. Over defenders.
Go with the jelly.
What? What do we talk about? Come on, man. And so, hey, man, just put some respect on Scottie Pippen, man. If Jordan's 6 rings, it weighs so much on fans' minds, and we give him so much credit, then isn't it natural to give Scottie Pippen credit as well? Isn't it natural?
Bro, what was that? We done with the 90s. Shut up.
We done with the 90s. Hey, man. Been done with the 90s, but they keep pulling us back.
Hey, what's that brother? Who's that? Charles Smith? What's that brother's name right there? Who was that brother that missed that dunk?
If you don't know, you need to start watching.
I don't know if you just saw this, but in a half court, what we just saw from Scottie Pippen in a half court to be able to hit the corner shooter and move the ball, it's like
Scotty said no. Oh, that ain't Scotty. Who is
in Africa yesterday, Brandon said you can't be top 10 all time if you can't be a number 1 option. So by that definition, Bill Russell cannot be top 10.
Oh yeah, canceled. It's canceled.
And we all know how crazy that sounds.
Oh, canceled. Yeah. Are we going to question Tim Duncan's status when there was multiple seasons, multiple series where he wasn't the number 1 option? Or do we do that? I'm not sure, man. For a guy like Brandon that put so much emphasis on defense and the defensive era of what was compared to what it is today, and we now just discount defenders. It's funny how you can elevate a certain era, but then what they did the best, now we minimize because of what we see in the modern game. That's interesting, man. I don't think that's the case. I think you can be a number 2 option. It just means that you have to be so great in every other ability, just like Bill Russell, literally the greatest. Or one of the greatest defenders.
Well, Brandon just said Bill Russell's not top 10, so we know where his basketball knowledge lies.
Exactly. Bill Russell, not top 10 player all time. Okay, that's fine.
Sad, Brandon. Sad. If you counting all of the NBA, Bill Russell was top 10. If you tell me you didn't watch enough to rank that era or whatever, I can respect that. But to sit up there and rank those players and not have Bill Russell top 10 is nuts.
Oh yeah. And we've gone through the idea of like the criteria many times on FYF Sports. And we talked about what do you value when you talk about how you measure a player's legacy. All these dudes talk about Jordan and his 6 rings, and then we just minimize 11 rings because he wasn't a number 1 option. See, it's kind of confusing. Even if it wasn't as a number 1 option in terms of offense, he was the leader of the team. He was the best player on the team. He was the figure of that team, a coach as well, simultaneously for championships. I don't know how you minimize that. And I don't know what you are really valuing when it comes to a player's legacy outside of just what Jordan did. And I noticed Herm real quiet at this moment because the tape don't lie. And there's not much to talk about, right, Herm? Because the tape don't lie. And we see Scottie Pippen cooking. And we see how great he truly was in a season in which Michael Jordan, as we saw, Michael Jordan chilling on sidelines, kicking it with Odell Beckham Jr.'s uncle. And we saw what was happening when we saw that. And no replacement. Pete Myers as the replacement, man. Nobody knows who Pete Myers was. I only know him from Basketball Reference and the box score, right? As the biggest replacement. And he was the 5th most points, 5th most minutes in this series against the New York Knicks in the 2nd round. Pete Myers as the replacement for Michael Jordan. So that's amazing, man. And Scottie Pippen is one of the greats. And I consider him in terms of legacy-wise, he has a top 20 legacy. Top 20 legacy. Individual player, kind of different. But as a legacy, we got to put it on. And show how versatile. You know how good you got to be impactful. Top 10 MVP with one of the greatest players of all time right next to you. Oh, you got to be amazing. You got.
I got him right there in that 20 to 25 range.
Oh, yep, that's fine. And I was talking specifically legacy. If we go skill sets and actual as an individual player, it might be more skillful players, more.
100%. But I don't rank players based off of that. You gotta have the impact behind it. And Scotty just had to me elite impact.
Amazing.
We've seen a lot of skilled players come through the league and not have elite impact. We've seen Vince Carter, one of the most skillful players ever to play the game. Can shoot, dribble, dunk, pass, you name it. He can claim it. But he just didn't have that elite impact.
Exactly. I don't know how you name anyone but Scottie Pippen. If you were to say you have your star player in a draft of all the all-time greats, and then you ask, who will you put next to this player? And they have to be certified second options on their teams for the majority of their careers. I'm not picking nobody but Scottie Pippen. That would be my first pick, next to my best player on the team, next to the all-time.
You was gonna say Michael Jordan. You was gonna say Michael Jordan.
What am I scared to say, George? What?
You was gonna say Michael Jordan.
What was about what?
You heard until you stuttered. You was gonna say Michael Jordan. Then you say my best player.
No, I was not gonna say Michael Jordan. I was gonna say an all-time great. I was gonna say the best player that you can pick. I was speaking about a draft in which we all had the opportunity to select the best player on that team. There would be only one Michael Jordan, George, in that scenario. I don't know if you could pick Michael Jordan and me pick Michael Jordan. I would not pick Michael Jordan first. And I will tell you this, LeBron James and Scottie Pippen would be the most formidable duo of all time.
Why do
they would literally complement each other?
You telling me that LeBron James and Scottie Pippen would be worse than Michael Jordan and Shaq?
Michael Jordan and Shaq? No, first off, see, you're not hearing me, George.
I did just hear you. You just said that LeBron James and Scottie Pippen would be the most formidable duo. Didn't you just say that?
I did.
So I said, I said Michael Jordan and Shaq.
We hear you, George. We hear you, George. But I'm gonna have to hit you with because you got a tech foul, George, because you're not listening, George. You're not listening. I was talking in the context of the second player being the second option on their teams for the majority of their careers. Michael Jordan and Shaq are both first options, all-time great players, George. That would not fit the context that I'm speaking of. Okay, George? Okay. So I would say this, George, right now, George. I pick LeBron and Pippen as my duo for best first and second option all time. What would you go with? You're gonna go with Jordan and who, George? We know you're gonna pick Jordan as your number one player.
Nah, that's a nasty duo, Africa. That's not a good duo.
No. I'm liking that duo, and I don't care about the shooting because we can deal with that in all other positions. Don't worry. We're gonna have a stretch 5. We're gonna have a stretch 4. We're gonna have a stretch 3. We're gonna have a stretch 2.
I don't like that one. I don't like that one.
No. I like it. But anyway, go ahead then, Tyson, and you too, George. What is your best first player all time, and then second option, certified second option for the? Who would you do?
Hold on. Does this have to be position or just two players?
Oh, no, you can pick two players, but the second guy has to be a legitimate second option or third, fourth, whatever you want to pick.
Mike and Kobe.
See, you don't understand what I'm talking to you.
Mike is number one. Kobe is number two.
Was Kobe ever, for the majority of his career, was he a second option, George?
There got to be a second option, brother. There can't be a
second option, George.
I just asked you. No, you go about. I said, is it going by positions? Or what is it going by?
No, options.
Yeah, they got it. The second guy has to be a second option for the majority of his career, George.
Now you changed it to the majority of his career.
Yes, that's what a second option. We can define that as a second option, George. Not 3 chips and then it becomes one of the best scorers of all time, George. Don't do that. Don't do that, George.
Yeah. The Jamal Murrays of the world,
what's your duo?
The Klay Thompsons of the world.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, I like a LeBron and a prime Klay. That's nice.
A prime Klay is not better than a prime Pippen, bro. With that duo, I don't. No, you talking about just directly their skill sets. It might fit nicer.
That's what I'm saying.
Pippen. No. When you have Pippen and LeBron, you literally have like
all major categories and areas covered. Scoring.
So
Hey, LeBron would have prime play if he one of the nastiest dudes in NBA history. I can't lie there.
Thank you.
I might have to rock
As
out
a
with him
second
over
option, though?
Pippen in that sense.
Clay as a second
Yeah,
option,
because
though?
Clay.
Oh.
I look. Because remember, Clay in his prime was still a good defender, but
Very good
man,
defender.
boy, his offense. Oh
But
man,
yeah,
that'd
I
be
don't know if
nasty.
he can create well enough. I don't
with
know if he can
LeBron getting
create well enough.
downhill, I don't
Me
know,
Pippen
bro.
play too similar to LeBron. He played too similar to
That's my
LeBron to
they
me.
playing the same position. You taking away a lot of Scotty's playmaking, bro.
Oh no, they're gonna be able to play off of each other very well. Transition, defense.
Yeah.
Rebound.
I mean, it's
whoever gets the rebound, initiate the break.
so it's similar. It's similar to me to almost like a Dwayne Wade type of situation, but Dwayne Wade being a far more advanced closer and scorer.
Yeah.
So that's why to me that doesn't. LeBron's always best with a closing type of player because as great as LeBron is, and I look, LeBron, is my guy, but he does need some help closing in certain situations when the defense sags in the paint and his jumper's not hitting. So you need somebody that's.
Oh, but we can deal with that with the other positions that will space the floor. You would need a stretch 5. You would need a stretch 4, definitely, and the 3 would have to be a shot creating type 3. Or 2, whichever one you're putting Pippen at the 2 or 3, whatever it is.
I see what you're saying, but yeah, I don't know if I like that, bro. 3 and D guys ain't just a dime a dozen, bro. You asking for some very good players around them that's gonna play defense, rebound. Because when you talk about stretch type of players, usually a lot of those guys are lacking in other. That's why they're such a commodity. That's why they're such a commodity in this game.
Draft, we're talking about guys like Peja Stojakovic. We're talking about guys like.
Okay, I'm ready to answer the question. I had to think about it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Chicago's very own D Rose and AD.
Hey, that's actually a nice duo, but I don't know who and when they were second options, man.
I'm about to say, what are we doing?
AD,
Wait a minute, hold up, bro.
Are you gonna take Derrick Rose after the injury and call him a second option? What are we doing?
No, I'm taking him before the injury. Don't do that.
He's the number one option.
Okay, what about AD? When AD was in New Orleans, he wasn't number 1.
Yes, what? Oh,
he was Boogie.
Hey,
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Nice
what
try,
are y'all talking about?
Half a hey, we said the majority of their career.
Nah, George. AD was the best. AD was the number 1 option. After AD left New Orleans, he went to LA, so he was the number 1 option. AD was the number 1 option on the Pelicans. Boogie, man, hold on. Let me explain something to you, bro.
We're not jacking that, OG. We're not jacking that.
Boogie was. AD was the number 1 option on the. Come on, George.
You try to sneak one in, bro.
Come on, George. You don't try to finesse the numbers,
Stop
George.
it.
Come on, man.
Oh, can I get a Penny Hardaway?
He wasn't going nowhere without AD.
A Penny Hardaway kind of was, but next to Shaq, he kind of was. And do you think he would have enough shooting for a guy like LeBron James, for example? Depends who you matching him up with, but yeah.
Yeah,
he was a nice.
I always like the traditional. I always like the traditional big man, wing player guard combo too. Those are always tough combos when you talk about, even I always, we discounting the big man in this scenario.
That's true. The big is critical. The stretch big.
You get a Elijah Wan with a
Dirk and LeBron, shit like that. But number 1 options. But yeah, man.
No, they're both number 1s. Yeah.
I hear you. And that's why I say, like, if we did a draft and we tried to do and just fit the team the best, that's I think Scottie Pippen would be amazing next to LeBron James. And I'm just talking about we're building a defensive unit that's going to get stops, rebound the basketball, and run out in transition, Tyson. That's what we're doing every day.
Hey, y'all got to defend and run, bro. You got to run because that half-court offense, it's efficient, but it's still going to have some points in the game where y'all might struggle a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. Scottie Pippen and LeBron would not be a good duo. Because like they were saying earlier, they hold on, Africa. They both do the same thing. LeBron game cancel out Scottie Pippen game because he's better at it. So therefore,
why did Jordan and Pippen work so well?
Because
Jordan was a 3-point shooter.
Because the reason why because Jordan had a mid-range jumper. He had a mid-range shot. See, LeBron couldn't shoot early in his career. And yeah, he still can't shoot mid-range in his career that good. So basically, the difference is with their games being so similar, LeBron actually cancels out Scottie Pippen. Only thing Scottie Pippen provides is the defense, and you know he ain't a spot-up shooter. Because what complement LeBron game the best? Shooter.
Spacing.
And he's not a shooter.
Spacing.
Shooters
A lot of
and
time.
shot creators.
So Scottie Pippen you would be redundant.
Let
with
me ask.
LeBron.
Let me ask you a question, Africa.
Them Duncan and Kyrie.
Who's the best offensive player? Who's the better offensive player? Jordan or LeBron?
Oh, offense as a whole, I'm picking LeBron James.
Who's the better scorer? You got.
Oh, we know that's Jordan. Yeah. Okay.
Jordan, but you got LeBron as a better offensive player.
Yep.
Okay. I was just checking if it was what was the I never asked you that. So
the all-round play, the difference, the biggest difference in the offense is obviously the playmaking, but also the clutch and what the scoring can do for a guy like Jordan in the clutch with the shot creating ability versus a LeBron James who has to take it downhill and will actually utilize his teammates if you make the defense collapse and the passing ability. But I think as a whole, passing, scoring, facilitating, obviously, LeBron James is one of the greatest in all three categories. Top 5.
Oh yeah, no question.
Best scorer all time. And we got Ox in the building.
Go this fanboy stuff again.
We out here giving Scottie Pippen his props, Ox, because too many people out here don't respect it. And we showing the highlights of that 93-94 top 3 MVP campaign from Scottie, top 20 Pippen himself.
That's it. That's what I pulled up for. I heard y'all giving praise for a real one. So that's what I'm
before you cook, Ox, man, I gotta go, man. I gotta get off to work, man. Y'all have a blessed one. Thanks for having me. Peace.
Hey, man, salute,
Tyson. All right,
Ty.
So break it down, Ox, man. You would have watched this, heard you say one of your most favorite players, and a lot of people questioning what Scottie could do without a Jordan, what Scottie would have been without Jordan, and minimizing what he did do and saying that his scoring ability in the half court not good enough, not really ever a first option ability without a Jordan. A lot of questions, but not a lot of props, even though he was doing all this stomping.
I mean,
posterizing.
If you ask me, Africa, I think Scottie had the same. Scottie was able to do more things than Jordan. So it's like when you play with somebody that's such a dominant scorer like Jordan was, then you don't have to do that. Like he was able to expand his game and do other things, focus on rebounding, defense, pushing the break, doing the intangibles, doing the dirty work, because Jordan, no knock to Jordan, because I mean, yeah, obviously Jordan's better than Scottie, you know what I'm saying? But like as far as the scoring, it made the load so much easier for Jay. So I think Scottie took a step back from what he was capable of. And you saw that those years when Jordan was playing football. I mean, baseball. I'm sorry. You saw those when those years when Jordan was playing baseball. You saw Scottie's real capabilities, bro.
Facts. And I think his offensive game as a scorer was actually underrated, underappreciated. And I don't think he's actually given props as to what he was able to do in the half court. He had a jumper. He was able to create his own shot. Maybe not as consistent as an elite guy, but because he wasn't able to do that consistently, did you just see that? I don't know if you're watching the highlights as we speak.
Yeah, I can see. I'm watching them.
Check this out. They're claiming in a half court, Scottie be struggling. But look at the vision, ability to create for his teammates, ability to go off the dribble. Look how nice he really be looking out here. Blow by, ankles broken, and what?
Scottie never struggled in the half court. I mean, when he first came around, he had some things he needed to work on in his game. But Scottie was a complete basketball player, bro. He did everything on the court. Scottie had zero weaknesses in his game. He was. I mean, if you want to say he wasn't a great 3-point shooter, that's fine. I won't argue that. But he was efficient. You had to close out on him. Scottie had no weaknesses in his game. He could play defense on the block, mid-range, on the perimeter. He could play offense on the block, in the mid-range, on the perimeter. Scotty would push the break. He was great in the open court, great in the half court. Scotty had zero weaknesses in his game. And for the brother that said that him and LeBron wouldn't be good together, oh, him and Bron have 6 rings just like him and Jay.
Yo,
if him and Bron wouldn't have 6 rings, that's a knock to Bron, not Scotty.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. And what do you say to the people like the burner kind of say, but Scotty lacked the most important part of basketball, clutch scoring?
I'm not sure where he gets that from. Where does he get that from? Why is he saying that? I would like to hear a little bit more about why he feels that way. That's just, you know what that is though? That's the mythology of Michael Jordan. That's the greatness of Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? That's not a knock to Scottie Pippen. It's more so of Big and Jordan up, where people just were so just so enticed and so overwhelmed by how good Jordan was. They just didn't really. And on top of that, there's the mythology of Michael Jordan. The Scotty, without Scotty, Jordan would have had to do so much more that there's no possible way he finishes his career the way he did. It's not possible for Jordan to do these things he did without Scotty. And mind you, Scotty was better without Jordan than Jordan was without Scotty as far as winning and whatnot. Not you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I hear you, man. And we got Andre 76 in the building, man. What you saying, Andre, man? You pulled up to give Scottie Pippen his props, right? Is that what you did?
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to everybody on the panel. And I mean, Big Ox, he pretty much said everything. But the last time I add to it is, if any great, first option has a second option who can make first team all NBA and first team all defense, not 1 year, but 2 straight years in a row, that first option definitely has something right beside him. So people use Scottie Pippen not being able to score. I mean, Brandon using Scottie Pippen not being able to score as a knock against him. But I mean, he thrived in, so many things on the basketball floor: defense, rebounding, playmaking. And I think that is what made him great and not just scoring. So Scottie Pippen, I just look at him as a complete basketball player, not just as a scorer. So that's where I'm gonna leave it at.
Salute, my brother. That's all facts. And we need to just give Scotty the respect that he deserves. Now, we got a lot of haters, and I don't know why people think that giving Scottie Pippen props means that you somehow are lowering the status of a Michael Jordan. That's definitely not the case, right?
Well, let me ask you a question then, young guy. Let me ask this simple question then. I see how hard y'all fighting to give Scottie Pippen his credit, you know what I'm saying? For his work he did for the Chicago Bulls, him and Michael Jordan. But this the crazy thing about that though. When Kobe played the same type of role with Shaq, everybody say he got carried though.
Kobe at that point didn't do the thing Scotty did. He was. I mean, you laughing. But you're laughing.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie. It's a fact.
Bro, that's a lie. I'm telling you, that's a lie.
Let him get it off. You can tell me that, but I'm going to tell you that Kobe Bryant was not half and I'm talking about at that point in Kobe's career that you're talking about. He wasn't half the defender Scotty was. He wasn't half the distributor Scotty was. He wasn't half the rebounder Scotty was. Scotty had an elite package all the way around. He could do
everything. Now let me tell you how you lying.
He couldn't guard 1 through 4 like Scotty. He couldn't do any of that shit. Now let me tell you how. And that's not no knock to Kobe. Kobe was a pup. Kobe was a baby. That's not. He didn't have those capabilities. I know there was the series. What was it? There was not the Pacers, but there was a series where Kobe had to step up and play a little more defense, but it wasn't to the ability of Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was 94 feet guarding point guards, shooting guards, small forwards.
So let me tell you how you lying.
Scottie Pippen had to match up with Magic Johnson, Sean Kemp, Charles Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Scottie Pippen had to guard these guys.
Magic Johnson.
Okay, now let me tell you how you lying.
Wait a minute, George. Wait a minute, George.
I ain't nobody lying.
Let me tell you how you lying. Because the same thing he said for Scottie Pippen, Kobe was doing the same thing. He was making first team all defense. He was making first team all defense.
In
making
2000,
first team all NBA.
Wait a minute.
I let you talk. Let me talk.
Was Kobe first team all defense in those days? If he was, my fault for not knowing.
No, he was not.
He was second. He was second. But he was first team all NBA.
Come on, bro. I don't.
He was first team all NBA. But also,
he might have had that. But was he the level of defender that Scottie Pippen was?
Wait a minute. Also,
was he?
No, he wasn't.
Also, Kobe Bryant was the. Also, Kobe Bryant was the closer for the Lakers. He led the Lakers in assists during those times. When him and Shaq was together, he led the Lakers in assists, and he led the Lakers in fourth quarter points during that series.
He might have led the Lakers in assists, but was he? So what I'm saying is this: are you
telling
me
what are we saying?
Are you
that
telling me that
sounds very similar to me?
Are you telling me that 2000 that young Kobe was as good as prime Scottie?
I'm telling you they were comparable to each other.
Against
I ain't
prime
saying he was
Scottie.
better. I'm saying they comparable.
How you gonna
to
do
each other.
that? How you gonna do that?
Because that's what he's talking about. He said.
I'm talking about how you gonna say prime Scottie against young Kobe. Why not prime Kobe against prime Scottie?
Because that's not what the brother brought up.
But that's what it should be.
But it's not what he
Prime
brought up.
Kobe was not a second option.
And we ain't even worry about that because guess what?
We not talking about
that because guess what?
We not talking about what it should be, bro. That's not what he said. He said those years when they was winning those championships with Shaq. He talked about Kobe being the second option. So I rebutted with at that time Kobe was not the player that Scottie Pippen was when the
and that's a lie.
So you telling me in 2002 and 2003 he wasn't.
Around about 2003, 2004.
Oh my God,
that's a lie, bro. That is a lie.
Oh my God,
that's a lie.
Oh my God,
that's a lie. Cause some of them.
Even at that time when young Kobe was
going against
old Scottie, when young Kobe was even going against old Scottie was giving him trouble.
What?
When old Scottie was playing for the Trailblazers, he was giving him trouble.
No, he wasn't.
Okay, hey, Young Africa, pull up Michael Jordan on the sideline where Kobe and Scottie went at it.
He was giving him trouble still. That's all I'm saying.
But also, I got this to say.
Like you just did.
I got this to say. Not only was all that going on with the Kobe when Jordan and not Jordan and Kobe, but when Shaq and Kobe was together, not only was that going on, Kobe also was making all-star games and all that as well.
I don't give a damn about an
when they was together. They also, what you mean? As a 21, 22-year-old making all-star games at that age? What you mean? What it mean? I'm telling you. Making all-star games, 21, 22.
Y'all talking about all
in that league with that much talent.
That shit is voted on. I'm not talking about voting on shit. I'm not talking about
that. Everything is voted on. If you're talking about the NBA and any kind of accolade,
I'm talking about straight game. Y'all talking about some shit that we talking about the LA Lakers getting fan votes for all-star games. Cut that shit out. Can we talk about straight game for a second?
Nah, bro, that's bullshit. Because they brought up the fact that wait a minute, no, hell no. They brought up the fact that Scottie Pippen was making first team all defensive team and first team all. That shit is voted on as well. Don't give me that. I gotta hear with that.
I didn't bring it
up. What are you saying?
But I didn't bring it up though. I'm not talking. I didn't name anything about all defense, all NBA, all-star games. I never once said anything about that. That was y'all. I'm talking about straight game.
Yeah, but Big Ox, you're lying. You're lying.
Kobe led a lot of those series too. Kobe led a bunch of those series as well.
Kobe Bryant averaged 26 a game between 2000 and 2003, and Kobe was more efficient than Pippen on higher volume. But Kobe was also the closer.
I said all around game.
Let me finish.
All around
Kobe
game.
was also Kobe was the best player in series,
bag.
like against San Antonio. Pippen was
about
never the best player in a series. Kobe was clearly the best player against San Antonio.
Okay, you're talking about one time. You're talking about against San Antonio, whatever.
San Antonio was the best team.
You're talking about the same San Antonio that swept them? Are you talking about the same San Antonio? Are you talking about the same San Antonio that swept them? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
one
Brandon.
year.
Okay,
San
Brandon. Okay,
Antonio
Brandon.
was the
Brandon,
best
Brandon,
defense
Brandon.
in the NBA,
Okay,
and Kobe
Brandon,
was the
Brandon.
best player in that series. Kobe was the
Brandon,
closer. He averaged
you just
26
you
a
came up
game.
here
He
talking
averaged
about
6 rebounds,
averaging
6
points.
assists.
I
Kobe
understand
was
that, Brandon.
far more
what I'm
impactful
talking about,
than
what I'm
Pippen
talking about is that Scotty brought more. Mind you, the other brother up here. I'm sorry, I don't know who said that, but the other brother up here said about when Kobe was playing with Shaq and they was three-peating. That's what he said. So since that's the time we're talking about, I'm saying that when the Bulls was on their run, let's talk about that. When Jordan left, and then the next three-peat before he hurt his back. So that 4 years, let's say 93, 94, 95, 96. That Scottie Pippen was a far better all-around basketball player than the Kobe Bryant that the brother brought up a minute ago.
Not the 2002, 2003. No, he was not.
I would say 2003.
No, he was not.
Okay, I would say 2003, 2004. That's the Kobe Bryant.
No, I said 2002, 2003.
You said 2002. I said 2003, 2004.
In 2002, Kobe was a better player than Pippen because Shaq had a deficiency.
He was a better scorer. He was a better scorer.
Shaq couldn't shoot free throws. Shaq couldn't close. Kobe was the closer.
He was a
on
better
that
scorer.
He
was a better scorer.
Kobe was the best closer in the NBA.
See,
The other thing is you're lying.
That's the
Pippen
problem.
could not guard Kobe one-on-one. Pippen on Portland
Brandon, do you know how easy it is to score basketball, Brandon?
That's a lie.
Brandon, do you know how easy it is to score basketball? You're talking about just scoring. I'm talking about all around play.
I'm talking against the best defense before you start like arguing. San Antonio.
Before you start arguing, just listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, fine. By 2003, yeah, he was a better scorer than Scotty. Fine. I'm talking about all around basketball. I brought up defense. I'm talking about open court scoring. I'm talking about facilitating the ball. I'm talking about actual basketball. I'm not talking about just scoring the ball. I'm not talking about a fucking shot chucker. I'm not talking about just chucking shot.
What?
I'm not just talking about a straight chucker. I'm talking about a real hooper. I'm talking about
Kobe wasn't playing no defense then.
Not to the level of Scottie Pippen. Kobe Bryant was never, ever at no point in his career was he ever close to the defender that Scottie Pippen was. And I dare you to argue that.
And how many people was? And how many players was? And how many players was?
Right now. I dare
you how many players was?
Right now. You can't.
And how many players was? It ain't that many players was on the level of defense with Scotty.
That's my point.
That is not his point because he said a better player, not just defense. It's more to basketball than just defense.
Who was ever close to Scotty on the defensive end besides Kawhi? It took Kawhi Leonard until we start talking about another player that played defense like Scotty.
Wait a minute now. You got Tony Allen. You got Tony Allen, Bruce Bowen.
Tony Allen,
wait a minute now.
Bruce Bowen can pass Scotty's practice kicks.
Wait a minute now. That's a lie. That's a lie. I disagree with that, though. I disagree with that.
Come on, bro.
Now, Kobe wasn't on this level, but guys like Bruce Bowen and Tony Allen, I disagree with that. I disagree. I disagree.
I'm not going far enough. As a matter of fact,
I disagree.
Because
he capping.
Who got the most wins against 50 win teams?
That's what he's doing. And mind you, we talk about a 22, 23, 21, 22, and 23-year-old now. Mind you, that's what we talking about. And he doing all that. Mind you now.
We talking about a player who guarded LeBron, Melo, D-Wade. Who was you want to guard?
Man, you ain't never seen nothing like Scottie Pippen, bro. Stop it.
Defensively, I agree. Because he was a great defender. Defensively, I agree.
I'm talking about somebody that really guarded 1 through 4, and even sometimes 1 through 5.
So Kobe was big enough to guard 1 through 5. He was big enough to guard 1 through 3. What are you saying? You're not saying nothing.
How many
You're not saying nothing.
Hold on.
Kobe versatility wasn't like that. Kobe was going shooting guards and small forwards.
That's 1 through 3, right? He was guard point guard too.
That's 2 through 3.
He was guard 1 through 3.
Kobe was big enough to guard 4 and 5. Kobe was guarding point guards too. That's a lie.
So what are you saying?
Kobe ain't never.
What are you saying? You're not saying
Kobe ain't
nothing.
never take Tony Parker. Kobe ain't never checked Tony Parker.
He checked Tony Parker, Allen Iverson. Who else you want him to check?
Oh, goddamn lie. He ain't never checked Tony Parker. He ain't
Nah,
never
he guarded Tony Parker a little bit. He ain't really guard him like that. He guard him like plays. Like he ain't really guard him like that.
I wasn't even expecting all this.
Kobe
I
was
noticed
a
what we
far
was
more
doing today.
efficient scorer than Scottie Pippen was. Kobe was the
So you telling me? So you telling me? Wait. So you telling me that Tony Parker is better than
Kobe
AI?
Bryant was a known shot chucker.
You said Tony Parker is better than AI.
And still got 5 championships.
No,
got 5
I
championships.
didn't say he was better than Allen Iverson.
Bro ain't no hold.
Okay, then. So
bro got
Kobe checked too.
Got 5 championships.
Hold on. Big-Ox,
And he checked
I have
Melo.
a question for you.
That's crazy.
And he checked Melo.
And Melo gave him all he could handle too. Yeah, but he did though. He did. You ain't lying. You ain't. Hey, look, wait. I'm not here to disrespect Kobe Bryant. I'm not here to disrespect Kobe Bryant.
Don't care. Big Ox, if you're minimizing Pippen, if you're minimizing Kobe Bryant, then tell me why Shaq couldn't win shit when he had Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, or Penny Hardaway. Why couldn't Shaq win shit until he had Kobe if Kobe didn't have a big impact?
He's not saying
Shaq,
that.
wait. Shaq. First of all, Shaq got better.
No, he
From
Shaq.
He didn't. No, Brandon, shut the fuck up, Brandon. What are you talking about?
Nah, he got better, but at the same time, though.
What are you talking about? Shaq got better
Shaq
from
couldn't win
98
without
to 2000. No, and that's fine. But like I said, I'm not here to disrespect Kobe Bryant. I'm not trying to do
You
that.
just did.
No, I didn't. I told the truth.
No, you didn't. You lied on
Shaq,
some of that
all
stuff.
I did was tell the truth.
You lied on a lot of that
Y'all,
stuff.
that's the problem. That's the problem. I'm here to do what y'all are afraid to do. I said the
What
things
is
that y'all
that?
are afraid to say.
Ain't
I'm gonna
nobody
tell the
afraid to
truth.
say anything.
You
You're lying
said
on
that.
some of that
You
stuff.
said that Scotty guarded 1 through 5, and I said Kobe wasn't big enough, but he guarded 1 through 3.
He guarded two. He guarded shooting guards and small forwards for sure.
Scottie Pippen
And point
could not
guards
guard.
too. What are you talking
And
about?
point guards too.
They were all good against the ball.
Not like that. Not like Scotty, bro. Scotty picking up point guards 94 feet.
Bro, ain't nobody arguing Kobe is a better defender. Why you stuck on that? Nobody's arguing Kobe's a better defender than Pippen.
You keep saying it. What I'm saying is the only thing Kobe did, this version of Kobe Bryant. I'm not talking about 06, 07, 08. I know Kobe Bryant ended up a better player than Scottie Pippen. I'm not trying to be naive about that. But the brother brought up this version of Kobe Bryant and this version of Scottie Pippen at that number 2 role. When they were both playing as a number 2, Scottie Pippen was superior than Kobe Bryant.
That's
in
a lie.
my opinion.
That's a lie. He was a better defender, and that's it.
Let me ask you a question.
He was a better
defender. He wasn't a better distributor. That's a lie.
He was a better
That's a lie.
He was better in the open court.
Rebounder. That's it. That's a lie. All that is a lie.
He was a better rebounder. He was a better defender. He was better in the open court. And he was
all that is a lie. Man, bro, you capping. Bro, you capping. You capping your ass off.
The only place Kobe might have been better than Scotty is in a half-court offense, and he was a known
Kobe was significantly better than Pippen in a half-court.
That's a lie. And that's a lie.
That's a lie.
And that's a lie. Because how the hell? Wait a minute. You know how Ox lying? You know, wait a minute, people. You know how Ox lying? Because how the hell could you be a shot chucker and you leading the league? You leading the team in assists? How could you be a shot chucker?
It's 48 minutes of basketball.
It's
48 minutes of basketball.
And you're playing with Shaq.
Wait, Brandon, sit this one out. Let me answer the brother's question. I'm gonna tell you how you will lead your team in assists. The person with the ball in their hands the most, and you got a dominant force on the floor like Shaquille O'Neal, should lead his team in assists.
You contradict yourself. Then how is he a shot chucker?
I'm not because that's not bro. That's you know what you're doing right now. You know what you're doing right now. You are exposing your ignorance to basketball.
In one breath, you say that Kobe is a shot chucker. In another voice, and then in another breath, you say that he had Shaq on the floor.
It's 48 minutes of basketball.
What? I don't even make sense.
so that is so.
You're contradicting yourself. That don't even make sense.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish, and I'm gonna show you how elementary this is.
I'm gonna show you something right quick. At first, you said that Kobe Bryant is a shot chucker, right? That's what you said.
Certified shot chucker.
Okay. So
Certified
then,
shot
in another breath, in the same breath, you did say that he had Shaq on the floor. So how can it be a shot chucker with Shaq on the floor?
Because it's 48 minutes of basketball, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Have you ever
And
played
he
48
leading the
minutes of
league, and he leading the team in the
You know how much basketball there is to play?
Sense. Your argument don't make sense.
There's so much basketball to play. There's a lot of people out here that don't average high numbers of assists, right? Let me get this off. There's so many people out here that don't average high numbers of assists because they're passing the ball to inefficient guys. They're passing the guys that are wide open and missing wide open shots. When Kobe Bryant decided to pass the ball to Shaq on pick and rolls, or when the big fella was on the block, that's an automatic bucket. So when you're talking about Kobe Bryant leading the team in assists, yo, Brandon, shut up when I'm talking. When you got somebody that's giving the ball to Shaquille O'Neal, they're supposed to average a lot of assists. When you get a ball to Shaq, he's scoring the ball. That's more big enough Shaq than it is big enough Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, bro.
I'm talking.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
If I dump the ball, if I dump the ball to Shaquille O'Neal, that's an automatic assist.
I don't care about that, bro. You talking about Kobe passing the ball to Shaq? This nigga, Scottie Pippen is passing the ball to a dude that's averaging 45 and 37 and. What's your point?
Oh.
Okay, that's fine. You know what I'm saying is it's the way that it's happening.
That's the same thing.
Scottie is pushing the break, giving it to Jay in a fast break, kicking it to shooters on the break.
That's the same. What you're saying? That doesn't matter. It's the same thing,
y'all, man. Oxy straight giving y'all a lesson, man.
I'm doing a big ass thing, but
you got to be out your mind.
Man.
Bro, get out of here with that. What are you saying?
Yo, Mingle, you can average 7 assists playing with Shaquille O'Neal.
And you can average as many assists playing with Jordan. What's the point?
Yeah, okay, you're right. You're right. But I didn't bring up assists. I brought up facilitating.
It doesn't make sense. It's what I'm telling you. The shit don't make sense.
No. It don't make sense to you.
It doesn't make sense.
Me either.
I'm talking about then you too. I'm talking about facilitating. I'm not talking about averaging assists. I'm talking about who's a better facilitator. Me giving the ball to my big fella when I'm getting trapped isn't being a good facilitator. That's me getting a bailout to the best player in the world, Shaquille O'Neal.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold on, you said
what was Kobe's job?
Giving the
what was Kobe's job playing
and Shaquille O'Neal?
Two guard. What was Kobe's job?
Or was not? Hold on a minute. So was or was not Jordan, when Scottie Pippen was assistant to him, was or not the player in the NBA at the time? Was
he was, but let me tell you the difference, though. I'm about to tell you what I'm saying. You asked a question, and then let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I'm saying it. What I'm saying is this: Scottie was facilitating the offense, especially in the secondary break and in the fast breaks. Scottie was finding Jay. Scottie wasn't giving the ball to Jordan because he was trapped and stumped and didn't know what to do with the ball. He was giving the ball to Jordan in advantageous spots on the floor. He was finding Jordan in the open court. He was finding Jordan on cuts in the half court. He was kicking it to shooters in the half court.
Hold on, stop. You're talking too much. Let me ask you a question. Was Kobe? Let me ask you a question. Stop talking. Let me ask you a question. Stop, sir, please. Was Kobe Bryant passing the ball to Glenn Rice and the other brother and Fisher when they was wide open for threes?
I'm sorry, he was.
In their spots.
I'm sorry.
Okay, in their spots, right? It wasn't Kobe dumping the ball down to Shaq where he had position.
I'm sure he was. Yeah, I'm sure he was.
Okay, so what do you mean somebody getting trapped and ball stuff and stuff like that?
What I'm saying is you're talking about assists. I'm talking about facilitating. I'm not talking about
the same thing, ain't it?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
At least not to me.
What he's telling y'all. Hey, break it down.
It's not, but okay.
I could be wrong, but I don't think it is.
Hold on. Wait a minute. the same thing you're saying for the same. See, this is the crazy thing. The same thing you're saying for Scottie Pippen, you do know Kobe did the same thing for that Lakers team, right? The same
Not
thing
to
you
that
just
level.
said.
Nowhere
He
near that
bringing the
level.
ball down the court,
Nowhere near
setting up
that
the
level.
offense. He dishing the ball to Shaq, and if Shaq ain't open again, he dishing it out to the shooter, or he taking it himself. It's the same exact thing, just different players. What are you talking about?
Nowhere near that level. Nowhere near that level.
Oh,
not touching that level. I just disagree. I just disagree, man. I
Do
could
y'all
be
get the
wrong.
difference? Because I'm not getting the difference. It's literally the same exact thing. They're both doing
could
the
be
same
wrong.
exact thing on their respective teams at the
Big
time.
Ox, Kobe Bryant was the best passer and playmaker on the Lakers during their first 3 titles. Derek Fisher was a shooter. He was not a passer and playmaker. So Kobe was more efficient on higher volume, and he was the best passer and playmaker on the Lakers. Shaq was getting swept with Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel in the playoffs every year. He needed Kobe to get over the hump. Kobe was the best player in specific series. He was the closer. But again, Kobe was the best passer and playmaker on the Lakers. The supposed point guard Derek Fisher was nothing but a 3-point shooter.
Derek Fisher was far more
like
of
the same thing he just said for Scottie Pippen.
Derek Fisher was far more of a guy to come and set up the offense, much more than Steve Kerr, maybe not BJ, but definitely Steve Kerr and those other guys, bro. Like I just
Bryant was a far better passer and playmaker
as well. Paxson as well. I think you are I think you are really underrating how important Derek Fisher was to that team as far as coming out and setting up the offense.
Right, but I'm
Derek
asking you a
Fisher ain't really
question.
set up the offense. That was
Hold on.
Kobe.
I said Kobe Bryant was the best passer and playmaker on the Lakers from 2000 to 2003. Do you disagree with that or not?
I would still say Derek Fisher.
Oh, come on, man. You're saying
You
Derek
see how
Fisher was a better
disingenuous Doc's being?
Yeah,
You see how
man.
disingenuous that's insane. Come on, bro. That is insane.
I mean, no, because like when Kobe coming down with the ball, when he's coming down, he's looking for his offense.
Oh wow.
Kobe coming down looking for his offense
too, and that created playmaking.
And that's my point. That's my point.
How was Kobe looking for his offense when the offense ran through Shaq? That don't make sense.
I just disagree, bro. I just disagree. And I'm not.
They say you're looking me, but how?
It's a mentality. Again, bro, I'm not here to disrespect or anything to Kobe Bryant. This is not disrespect to Kobe Bryant. This is just keeping it real about his game, especially his young game, and more so telling y'all that Scottie Pippen was a complete basketball player, far more complete than Kobe Bryant was at this time.
Wait, so Big Ox, let me ask you a question. If I replaced Kobe Bryant with Scottie Pippen, would the Lakers have won 3 straight titles?
Not only would they have won 3 straight titles, but they would have beat the Pistons too.
No, bullshit.
Oh wow! The only reason why that was Kobe. Wow. The only reason why they lost to the Pistons. Now that was Kobe's fault right there. That was Kobe's fault. That was Kobe's fault because Kobe was trying to get the Finals MVP. That's the reason why they lost to the Pistons. He went away from the offense.
Like Kobe, Pippen couldn't close.
Shaq closed.
What?
No, Shaq couldn't close. His free throw shooting.
Shaq never closed.
He never closed. Shaq wasn't closed.
No, Kobe was the
fourth quarter was.
That's why he led. That's why he led the whole team. That's why he led the whole team in NBA. You're lying again. You're lying again. You're lying again.
Kobe closed against the Pacers, yeah.
Kobe closed every game. That's the reason why he led the league in fourth quarter points in the team. Because he closed every game. He led the whole entire NBA in fourth quarter points. What are you talking about? You're lying again. Stop making up. You just making up stuff.
We're going to hold on to just fourth, like there's not 3 other quarters of basketball.
It is 3 other quarters, but what? But from the fourth quarter, like from 5 minutes in the fourth quarter on back, Kobe led the league in fourth quarter points. He led the whole entire league in that category.
Okay, well look, if the stats say that, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that still doesn't make him a better overall player than Scottie Pippen at that time. That just doesn't do that.
Same, bro. Okay, Ox, I just disagree. I give up. I disagree. You're not gonna quit.
Pippen was more of an
I'm
all-around
saying,
player,
did
but
y'all
Kobe had a bigger impact.
see what Shaq was doing in these years?
Yeah,
I saw.
Like,
I saw.
You were going ham.
2000, 2001, 2002.
Nah, in 2001 to 2002, it was comparable. Kobe was right there in 2001 to 2002.
That is the most dominant player any of y'all have ever seen.
No. In 2000, I agree with you. But 2001 to 2002, Kobe was right there. Actually, in 2001, Kobe led some of those series. Remember when he averaged 33 points against 33, 9 and 9? Hold on, wait a minute. He averaged 33, 9 and 9 against the Spurs in 2001. Against the Kings, I think he averaged like 28 against the Kings. He led a lot of those series, bro.
You don't got to bring that up.
Led a lot of those series, bro. What are you talking about? Shaq only dominated when it came to the finals, mostly.
That's cat.
Yeah, and Big Ox, you can't name one series where Pippen
I
was
said
better
mostly.
than Jordan. No.
I ain't say all. I said mostly.
Nobody.
This ain't about Pippen versus Jordan. This is about Pippen versus young Kobe.
Exactly, man.
But Shaq and Kobe were frequently 1A, 1B. Pippen and Jordan were never 1A, 1B. It was always first and second option. There were years Shaq and Kobe were 1A, 1B.
But we limited this to
what does that mean? What does that mean?
That just means scoring. That's what that means. Scoring.
No,
scoring.
No,
that's all we talking about now.
Kobe was the best passer and playmaker on the Lakers all 3 years.
I don't know if y'all heard, man. Ox has been talking about the whole complete game of Scottie Pippen. Y'all still
I'm talking about it, bro. The whole complete game of Kobe Bryant.
Was the best passer and playmaker on the Lakers during all
not
three of
close
the first
to
three championships.
Not close to Pippen.
Not on
compared to Pippen.
It's the same level, though, is what I'm saying.
Same level.
It's not the same level.
It wasn't really no difference between the two.
Oh,
what I'm saying is they roles that they played on the. No. Wait a minute. What I'm saying
and we
is
still denying this shit.
no. What I'm saying is the roles on their teams, the role their respective roles on their teams at that time. It was the same kind of player, and they was doing exactly the same thing.
Look at this, man. 9 rebounds at the half. Yes, Kobe was getting 9 rebounds.
There's levels to it, though.
Exactly.
Kobe was not doing it to the level of Pippen.
They both helped their team win championships.
No,
Both helping their team win championships in that moment.
Just like old boy said in the chat, when Shaq was the leader of the team, they won. When Kobe tried to lead the team, they lost.
Because the offense ran through Shaq. That's why.
Wait.
That's why.
Did you hear what he just said? The offense was ran through Shaq.
It was. I said that like multiple times. It was. It did run through Shaq.
But Kobe initiated it, though.
He did. Kobe ran the offense, but Kobe ran the offense for us, like facilitating and bringing the ball up court and all that.
And what about Scottie Pippen? What was Scottie doing? What was Scottie doing?
The same thing.
Exactly. That's the point.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I've been saying that the entire stream. Guys sitting here talking about I'm capping. I literally been saying it's the same thing the entire stream. Not y'all
not to the level of Scottie Pippen. That's what I'm
saying.
That's the fanboys, Mingo. Stop. We not
now y'all trying to see what I'm saying. Now y'all just admitted to it.
Titles that the Bulls won. Got 41%
Lord have mercy
each year. This Bryant was far more efficient as a scorer than Pippen.
Hey, can I address these dudes in the chat that keep talking about what Kobe did after Shaq? I never once said that Scottie Pippen was a better player than Kobe Bryant.
Prime
overall.
Kobe.
I understand that Kobe Bryant was a better player than Scottie Pippen overall throughout his career. I understand that 2006 to 2012 Kobe Bryant is better than Scottie Pippen. That's not the argument. So if you're in here chatting, at least listen to what we're talking about. That's the least. That's the least you can do. That's the least you can do.
In 2001, Kobe entered his prime in 2001.
Okay. Well, you know what you just did right there, then, Brandon. If you're telling me that prime Kobe was 2001, then what you're saying is that prime Kobe wasn't as good as prime Pippen.
I don't know about that now. Fine, 2001 Kobe was a
2001.
2001 Kobe was cold blooded now.
I'll take 94
2001
Scotty.
Kobe was cold blooded. Now you might want to go look. You might want to go look at a few numbers.
I would take 94 Scotty over 2001.
You might want to go look at 2001 Kobe.
I'm gonna take.
You might want to go take 2001
I'm
Kobe.
gonna take Afro Kobe over Scottie Pippen.
2001 Kobe was cold
I'm
blooded.
taking 94, 95 Scotty.
I don't know, bro. 2001 Kobe was cold blooded. Now you might want to go check this. That guy out. That guy was cold blooded.
I know that, but still.
Scottie Pippen shot 40% against the Knicks in elite defense. Kobe Bryant shot 55% against the Spurs in elite defense.
I don't
Kobe
give a
was
shit
far
about
better
the numbers you're
against
talking
even
about,
better
bro.
defense.
Scottie Pippen didn't play with a Shaquille O'Neal, bro. Getting doubled and tripled, bro. Stop the dumb shit, Brandon. Always finessing those numbers,
Scottie Pippen was inefficient when he played with Jordan. Your take is dumb.
Inefficient? No, he
Pippen
was not
inefficient with Jordan.
How? What is inefficient in the 90s?
Scottie Pippen shot 40% from the field. The final 3 years, the Bulls won the title with Michael Jordan. Pippen was not
the final
an efficient
3 years, right?
offensive player.
I
even
know
with
you're gonna talk
Jordan.
about the final
Kobe
4
had
years
elite
when he was
even in the loaded
when he
West
was
against
hurting.
top defensive teams.
We know. Yeah, when he was hurting.
Well,
we know.
Kobe wasn't. Scottie Pippen struggled
Okay,
even when he was
okay.
healthy.
Well, bring up. That's what I said, man. Stop doing that.
Say the same shit.
Hey, man, Ox came through with the flamethrower.
Man, he ain't come
What
through with no
flamethrower?
flamethrower. Ox was lying. He
What
was lying and just making up stuff.
I ain't telling not one lie. I ain't telling not one
Bro,
lie.
you was
Yes,
capping
you
like you was
did.
capping, man.
Yeah,
And
You
hey,
definitely
notice
was
Big
capping.
Ox, when you said Kobe was deficient as a passer and
For
playmaker,
everything y'all
Kobe was
bring
the
up,
best
for
passer
everything
and
y'all bring
playmaker
up stats,
on
but
the
now all of a
Lakers
sudden it ain't about stats. Okay,
Big Ox,
right.
you're underrating Kobe's
This
passing
is
and
crazy.
playmaking.
You're
Now all of a
overrating
sudden
this
it
call.
ain't about stats.
What passing and playmaking? That boy was a ball hog, a straight chucker.
No, his
You
pass to
funny.
Shaq is the most
He averaged
iconic
more
moment.
he averaged more assists than the guy you're talking about.
Because he
More assists than the guy
why
you're
you
talking about. So how
all
was
right,
he a ball hog?
that's fine, bro. That's fine.
We got the tape playing and we still
What are we
arguing like, hey,
talking about?
Ox, you notice how they ain't
Bro, you
mentioned the tape
capping.
once? Nobody talking about the tape. Nobody trying to break
Man,
the tape down.
that's
We just
that's
don't even care.
Okay.
We don't even
Bring
care
up
about
the
the
tape.
tape.
Bro, I guess.
It's right there. We don't even care though. Like we didn't even
Bring
get
up some piston tape.
No.
Don't start with that dumb shit.
Yeah, I mean, Scottie Pippen averaged 9 points a game against the Pistons in the 80s.
Oh, shit.
in the 80s.
Bro, he was a rookie. Come on.
Why you talking? Why you bringing up
No,
the
he
80s?
wasn't
That wasn't the conversation you had.
Year he struggled too.
What are you talking about the 80s
It
for,
wasn't
Brandon?
just his rookie year. It was every year they played Detroit.
He didn't
Pippen
average-
was
he didn't
garbage
average-
every
he
year
didn't
against
average 9
Detroit.
points.
What did Detroit do to Kobe, Brandon?
Detroit was a better team, though.
Yeah, but that's
now they better
I'm
team
talking
though.
3 years
Him up, but Kobe just went outside the offense. He was trying to get the finals MVP.
I think
He
that's
went
what
outside the
Ox
offense.
was
Hey,
saying.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. He was
ball
selfish.
hogging.
He was selfish in that series. I agree.
that's
He
what he
was.
did like.
He was trying
That's
to
what
get
he
the
did.
finals MVP, and he was selfish in that series. I agree with that. Now
I'm
that I
saying,
do
like,
agree
he
with.
was trying to take over the
That I do agree
with all
with.
due respect. With all due respect, God rest
Yeah, I
his
do
day.
agree with that now. Because if the Lakers would have played their regular game and the offense running through Shaq, they would have beat the Pistons. Bro. They definitely would have beat the Pistons.
Hey, why didn't they do that? Why didn't they do that?
Because Kobe
They
wouldn't
didn't
let
do
him.
it because Kobe was trying to get the Finals MVP. So every time they passed him the ball,
It sounds like
Kobe
you
was
making
just jacked
Ox's
out.
point.
He coming out screen, coming out curl, pin down, whatever. Instead of passing the ball into, dumping the ball in the sack, he was pulling up. He was pulling it up. He was pulling up instead of dumping the ball, following the blueprint.
Just being selfish.
That
I
kind
know
of
that
sound
he
like
was
what
being
Ox has been trying. Huh? Okay, that sound like what Ox has
No,
been trying
but
to
the
tell
thing
you.
is,
No, but that's 2004 though. We're talking about those. We're talking about those main years. 2000,
Ox been saying
2001,
that
2002.
that was the mentality of the whole time, Jester. That's what Ox is saying. That was his
That
mentality.
wasn't his mentality the whole time because they won 3 state championships. How was that his
It worked,
mentality
though.
the whole time?
Because it worked.
That doesn't even make
Shaq
sense.
was
That's
so
stupid.
dominant. Shaq was so dominant.
Shaq was so dominant, but Kobe was right there.
Hey, but hey, yo, Africa, I appreciate you letting me up though, bro. I got to run though.
Oh,
but
nah, it's
hey,
all love, man. Hey,
it was good. It was good debating with y'all though, no doubt, no doubt.
Oh
Appreciate
man, hey
y'all.
man, go check out Big Ox Media if you don't know, man. Look him up on YouTube, man. Subscribe, man. He be cooking, man. Look, man, Ox, man, he came with the flamethrower. Hey, just give us your final thoughts on how Scottie Pippen should be viewed by fans of the game that don't know what he was really doing, man.
Man, I think Scottie Pippen was so important in the 90s, bro. I think it's overlooked. And it's not overlooked because of him, it's overlooked because of the greatness of Michael Jordan. And just nowadays, social media, things like that, people overlooking because of goofball shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just personal things that don't got nothing to do with basketball is a lot of the reason why people talk down on Scottie. You know what I'm saying? I think if you go back and really watch Scottie play in those 90s, he was hands down one of the best, most dominant players. I think Scottie Pippen deserves much more respect. And I'm not saying that Kobe Bryant wasn't better than Scottie at his peak. Obviously he was. But, you know, put some respect on Scottie's name, man. He was an all-around player, one of the best all-around players we have ever seen, and we will ever see. And that's it right there, man. Shout out to you, shout out FYF Sports, shout out Lamont, all the fellas on the panel. Appreciate y'all for letting me come up and talk some sports with y'all.
Love, man. Salute to you, Big Ox, man. Held it down. Peace. Amen. As you heard, Ox came through with a flamethrower, cooking everybody in sight, man. It was a beautiful.
And we were the firemen and put it out.
Put it out. I don't know if you really
Yeah,
did that, George.
the problem with arguing that Shaq was this dominant player is as good as Shaq was, he was getting swept every year before Kobe emerged. Utah owned the Lakers before Kobe
He went to the
emerged
finals,
as a
Brandon.
good second
He
option.
already went. Brandon, he already went to the finals, beat Jordan on the way there.
Right,
Brandon.
when
How
he
is
had
gonna-
Penny Hardaway, who was a top
Okay.
10 player in the NBA.
Yeah,
And he didn't
just
do
like
anything
Scottie
in
Pippen
95.
was next to Jordan, Brandon.
Orlando in
Just like Scottie Pippen was top 10 in the NBA next to Jordan, Brandon. Yeah, great players need other great players to win. We know that, Brandon. Don't do that.
No, because Shaq got swept in 95, and he was getting swept by Utah repeatedly too. Shaq needed a closer like Kobe. Jordan could have won with multiple second options. Shaq
We don't know
could
that.
not close.
You don't know
He
that,
couldn't
Brandon.
shoot.
We don't know that. Brandon,
Shaq
he never
needed
won a
closer
playoff
like
series without Scottie Pippen. We don't know that,
never
Brandon. He
played
never
on
showed us.
roster
He never
without
showed us that,
Pippen.
Brandon.
That's such a fucking lame ass take.
No, that's facts, Brandon. I don't know what you mad about, but that's facts. You're talking about
player.
hypotheticals. I'm
Sam
giving you,
Vincent.
Brandon. Hold up, Brandon. We ain't gonna play this game. You're talking about he could have won 6 trips with somebody else, and we talking about facts. He never won a playoff series without Scottie Pippen. That's just facts, Brandon. I know what you're mad about, but that's just facts. You're talking about hypotheticals. I'm telling you facts, Brandon.
Okay, when facts, Shaq didn't win till Kobe came. Facts.
Jordan didn't win without Pippen. Is
Shaq
garbage.
went to the finals.
Shaq-
so lost
Shaq
to
won
Hakeem
a playoff
Olajuwon.
series without Kobe.
And Jordan still won.
He went to the
title.
finals without Kobe. He lost to Hakeem
But he didn't
Olajuwon in his
win.
prime.
But he didn't
lost to-
win.
He lost to Hakeem in his prime, man. What are we talking about, man? You act like he lost to
The same
fucking
thing you talking about.
Barragao up in this shit, bro. What are we
The
doing?
same thing you talking about.
Africa said playoff series. He didn't say
Series.
championship.
It doesn't matter. Don't bring up. That's what I'm saying. Stop bringing up things that don't matter, like a playoff series.
Andre,
But he didn't
like
win
my
a
guy-
chip until
like my
Kobe
guy
came.
Andre been saying, man, there's levels to this, bro. It ain't all just the same. Losing ain't the same. If you lose in the finals, it ain't the same as losing in the first round multiple
come it
years
ain't?
in a row.
How come
ain't
it
the
ain't?
same.
Don't nobody remember who number 2 is. Only number 1.
Okay, and we
Right,
remember.
you
and
mentioned
we have
Shaq
not
getting
forgotten
to the
Jordan
finals
losing.
Penny, but Shaq was getting swept every year before Kobe emerged, with that one exception where he got to the finals against Houston. He got swept by the
Exception?
Bulls in 98.
Same way-
He got
same
swept
way.
by Utah. Shaq was not having any consistent success in the
finessing is crazy.
playoffs for almost 5 years before Kobe emerged.
The same way Jordan was getting swept before Scottie
No,
Pippen.
Jordan had Jordan.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
playing all
yeah.
It's the same thing.
roster.
It's the same
Nick
thing,
Van
right?
Exel, Eddie Jones. Shaq had far better rosters than Jordan did.
No.
before the
It's the
Bulls
same. Hey, so
drafted
now we're gonna go to the roster.
Bulls
Hey, Shaq
Sam-
at least was getting to the second round conference finals.
Shaq
He was
had
at least
far
doing that.
better teams around him.
Hold up, Brandon. Hold up,
better
Brandon. Man,
team.
hold up, Brandon. Hey, you,
It's
Africa.
always an excuse, man.
Hold-
What's up?
Africa. Who did the Washington Bullets beat to win their only championship?
The Washington Bullets.
The Supersonics, I believe.
I didn't ask you something. Look, that's what I'm saying. I asked Africa, but somebody else want to jump in.
Why are you asking me that, bro? I
Oh,
only
my
watched
bad.
Because,
Washington
like I
Wizards.
said,
I only started Washington. I only started watching Washington when I watched a washed-up Jordan for the Wizards, bro. That's when I started watching.
see, now you see what I mean by fanboy?
I'm just saying, man. That's when I
You're a fanboy.
I never really watched Jordan at
You're
his
a
peak.
fanboy on a fanboy channel. They got a fanboy show.
It was before my time.
That's exactly what you is.
It was before my time, George. My bad.
Okay. No, but you asking questions about history and about an hour ago, right?
Oh yeah. You want to get back to trivia?
I know.
You want to go back to trivia because the cookie
No,
was
because
getting
you couldn't answer that. No, you couldn't answer that. Somebody else jumped in.
Look. Oh yeah. Just like Pippen was topping off, fighting the whole New York Knicks by himself, Brandon. We know what was happening. So look,
I'm
I
gone,
appreciate
bro.
all of y'all coming through to Full Court Press. We're gonna be back next week, and I'm gonna fry you in trivia again. Shout out to Brandon.
Press that man.
Hey, Brandon, man, I'm gonna give you some final thoughts since you have a lot to say, Brandon. Go ahead, man. What you got to say, man? What? Go ahead, Brandon. Brandon be talking to himself. So I don't know. Okay, Brandon. That all you got to say? Okay, we out. You, Brandon. Hey, Drain, man. Thanks for pulling up. You came in.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. I don't know where Herm went to, but yeah, appreciate y'all.
Hey, man, yeah, man. Hollywood Herm, man. He probably sipping on something, man. Probably faded, man. Knocked out. I don't know, man. But hey, shout out to you, Dre. George, come through next week. Get this cooking. But hey, man, we just wanted to give some props to Scottie Pippen. We were talking about a lot of things today, man. Hit the playback, hit the like button, man. We on our way out. This is episode 2 of Full Court Press. And you know we're going to be back next week with Hollywood Herm, Africa, straight out the motherland, no other land. And we out, man. Peace out to all the brothers, sisters of the world, to all the people that are in the struggle. Hope you are free sometime soon. If not, liberation will come from the heart. And hey, Herm, you tapped out early. You got that cooking. We're going to be back next week. And before that, we're going to get to what Michael Blackson said to the world.
To my niggas, Paul Pierce and Gilbert Arenas, I didn't appreciate what you guys said about my South Sudan team. Because of that, your brothers are going to catch us straight. That's right. The USA Olympic basketball team is about to catch us straight because of what y'all niggas have said. Let's start with him, GOAT himself. That's right. LeBron James, the GOAT. Man, you almost joined the army when you got out of high school. But they didn't let you in. Because when it said salute, you did this. And they said, no, you have to salute here. You said, no, my headline is here. My brother, Kevin Durant. My nigga, you hamburger helper head having ass nigga. You have the same hair on your head that I have on my dick and balls. You have a dick balls head. Jeru Holiday. The holiday is Juneteenth, my nigga. You're black as me. Anthony Edwards. You have $250 million. Keep your dick in your pants and stop fucking these project hoes. Anthony Davis, you giraffe-looking nigga. Your eyebrows and my dick and balls have one thing in common. They've never been separated. Derek White, you boy-head, shiny-head nigga. Your hair like a busted condom. You know how you fucking and a condom bust and the dick head pop out? You dickhead nigga.
All right, chill out, Michael Blackson. Most hilarious black man. Hey, shout out to all the people of the world. But in case you don't know, man, I ain't mad at Gilbert, but this is what we do. Out the mud, out the struggle. How do we gain excellence, grow, elevate to become some of the best athletes in the world from some of the most under-resourced, in poverty, malnourished, struggle? Well, it's just natural God-given talent and ability.
You must understand, these people had been completely isolated from civilization. No one had ever outlined a physical fitness program for them, and they had no athletic equipment. I started them on simple calisthenics, then gradually worked them up to rudimentary game skills, and finally advanced competitive theory. I was patient with them, and they were eager to learn. They seemed to enjoy themselves. It was probably due to the advanced American teaching techniques that we were able to bridge the generations of isolation and communicate so successfully with the Malumbos.
I think they're getting the hang of it. When we re-enlist, I'll teach them baseball.
I'm tired.